bank robbery one where they're all dressed in white and shit. Fucking love that movie. Let's just watch the Lord of the Ring trilogy director's cut.
How about Mummy?
Whoa. Trilogy? You mean two, because there's only two movies.
The trilogy?
I don't like Tom Cruise, but I'm talking about the stupid Chinese one too. Denzel's pretty much in every movie he's in is pretty fucking good. Yeah, it's not live yet.
Yes.
Oh, well then yes. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Oh, wait, there's a second Gladiator coming out this year? The heck? Yeah.
Look,
Well, it stars Denzel Washington, so I'm confused.
Would have the,
Gladiator 2 is an upcoming drama directed by Ridley Scott, serving as a sequel to Gladiator.
Does it have Mike O'Hearn in it? O'Hearn?
Wait, no way. Didn't he die at the end of the first one? It stars the guy, the bad guy from the first movie.
Bad G?
The one that threw him into the prison. Russell Crowe into the prison. Why is he the star? I thought he died. Denzel Washington is a former slave turned wealthy arms and commodity dealer with a grudge against the emperors. Connie Nelson is Cecilia.
already out.
Oh, it's out. It's probably out on PlayStation only. Pedro Pascal is in it too. Why haven't I heard anything about this? It doesn't come out until the end of this year anyway. I don't see Russell Crowe in it. Okie dokie. Time for me to cook. Don't let this guy cook.
Have fun.
Au revoir.
Hello. How's it going, guys? Am I going for a female anime VTuber avatar? So I have a female anime VTuber avatar. That's the girl waving on stream. But I absolutely will be a manly, handsome avatar. At least I think it's handsome. I don't know if chat will. That'll depend on chat. Also, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to get back to you. Okay, it's still there. It's still in my brain. Just it. God, I'm juggling too many things. Apologies for being late today. Not really much I could do about it, and I'm beating the dead horse at this point. But I've told you guys, it's just that time of year for me. It's just kind of shit. Blue, thank you for the 17 months. Hope you're doing good. Want to file taxes for me? No. There's nothing more honest I can say than no. Does my avatar have big man boobs? I will not answer questions about my avatar. Not until I air. God, that that Paramount ad was stupid and great at the same time. Okay, let's see. What was yesterday's? By yesterday's, I mean Friday's art. Oh, it was Bizette, wasn't it, chat? Didn't we do Bizette rolls Friday? Or am I misremembering? Yeah, I think it was Bizette. God, like my brain is just awash. Barracuda. Okay, tweet is live. Do me a favor, chat. Go give it some love. Some guy, thank you for the 23. And Balmonte, thank you for the 7. Hope you guys are doing good today. All right, we should be getting started here right now. For y'all. Oh, why is that being a little laggy? I don't like that. Okay, there's today's art for you guys on Twitch. And let me grab it for you guys over here on YouTube. There you guys go. Okay. So, whew, okay. Today is Monday, the 5th. And I have made it through the first 2 weeks of tax season. And now I got to make it through the next 2 weeks. So, and then the 2 weeks after that, and 2 weeks after that. Basically, I operate on a 2-week cadence. You guys know this. This is the beginning of a new cadence, so it just sucks, but it is what it is. It's also a Monday, so it sucks. But Anyways, there's actually, in a good way, not that much going on right now in FGO. So there's not that much like I've got to do. I do have to like stay ahead video wise and keep like kind of prepping content for you guys as we start heading towards the lotto that will be coming at the end of probably like March. I say end. It may be a lot earlier than that. It may end up being, because we're like an entire week ahead of where JP was at the current moment. So we'll have to see how they're going to handle that. Seeing all the Genshin drama, I haven't heard anything. It's really weird because I feel like lately there's just been a ton of drama with Genshin. And I mean like over the like past like couple of months. Like I basically see a new Genshin character get released, see people naturally fawn over that character, see it run its course, then see everybody get pissed off about something new. And that's the cycle that just keeps repeating in Genshin. So I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say like FGO is any better in that regard. I think there's a ton of people right now at this point that are like go back and forth between, oh, I'm very pleased with FGO. Oh, I'm very pissed at FGO. And it just, it is what it is. Gonna roll for San Zhang with 120 Saint Quartz, but I'm scared. Someone please tell me everything is gonna be okay. It'll be okay if you don't get her. And the reason I'm prepping you for that is because 120 is not a lot, but I hope you do get her. I feel really bad for a really bad reason. I got Bizet in one multi. Don't feel bad about that. Now I feel like I need to get some Riscani. My Saint Quartz is not up to the task of this year. Start saving now. Isn't it at the beginning of March? Well, the issue with this is we have the White Day event that's going to be next. And that's actually going to be what we're going to be recording today is I'm going to go through the White Day event with you guys because this is only a 2-week event on an A. We kind of have 2-week events for the time being, but we are this year, chat, going to start transitioning to where JP's at, where everything is a 3-week event. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, I'm going to try to do it. How's it going? Nasu interviewing with the Honkai Star Rail producer. Interesting. Yes, and I've seen just really stupid takes on it, chat. It is just them sitting down to talk like he has done on other talk shows in the past. It's just, as far as I understand it, it's just a podcast, and they're probably just going to ask some questions of them. That's all it is. It's just a joint interview, yeah. Like, people are like, oh my god, it's going to be like a collab. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know why anyone thinks that. Like, again, I assume this is the usual like Twitter people just trying to stir the pot for clout and for clicks and views and stuff like that. It's just no, right? Like, I'll just shoot you straight on that. It like be wild if something like that were the case, but I expect none of that, and I think it's foolish to expect any of it. I think the FGO community isn't big as crazy. FGO community is huge. It's just like Genshin is definitely bigger at this point, and that's just due to the fact of like Genshin's overall popularity. Newish player, so I need Castoria, Lady Avalon, Summer Scotty, Melson, and Oberon. I desperately need some GSSR luck. Okay, so you don't need all of that, but definitely feel free to go for some of that, right? What do you think of Erish's new buff? That's the question I was meaning to answer earlier, because when I was saying nothing really is going on, we have had, obviously, that go on. So they came out with Erish's buff over the weekend. I think it's a good buff. Like, or rather, I should say, like, it's an average buff. It's like, it is what the skill needed to change, because the skill was RNG, and nobody likes bullshit RNG, doubly so in their challenge quests. Because challenge quests are already fraught with card RNG and various other BS. You don't need to be fighting your own character. In that regard, yeah, I think it's perfectly fine as far as buffs go, and I'm happy that she got a buff. However, I will say, one, that I'm surprised that they have doubled back and buffed Erish again. But again, I think I can put that into perspective and say, well, what other time are they going to have, the time to buff Erish, right? So I don't know, but we'll see at this point, and I'm going to say it's better to give the buff than not. And two, I am surprised that the buff did not enhance Erish's damage further. I know what people are going to think. I know what people are going to say. But yeah, I'm still of this opinion that at this point, Melisson actually needs to be doing the least damage of pretty much all of our AoE Lancers. And the reason why is because Melisson just has by far the most capability in her kit. So at that point, she needs to be doing the least for the Lancers to be balanced. So yeah, I have to at least point out the fact that they should have in fact buffed her damage again. But who knows? Maybe they'll find another way to do it. So maybe it'll come via, a buff to one of her other skills. Either way, definitely good to have the buff. I don't want to look the gift horse in the mouth in that regard. But yeah, I do think it could have been done better, quote unquote. I could see Honkai Star Rail adding Fate characters for a collab, but FGO won't do anything for sure. I'm going to say this. I can't see that. And the reason I can't see that is because Honkai Star Rail is very similar to FGO in terms of its gameplay. And doubly so if we can point to any other game being direct competition for FGO, it's Honkai Star Rail. So yeah, I mean, maybe, right? But I think that's just stupid if they were to ever actually do something like that. It would be sort of like giving away all of your exclusive games to another console. I'll let that statement stir the pot as well. Yeah, I don't think you'll see anything Honkai Star Rail. Genshin only made like 5 million more than FGO in January. That's crazy considering the types of games there. I think Genshin's overall popularity is waning. I think it's got so many players, but like very few of them are actually active. So we'll see, but I don't know. Jack, thank you for the 35. And Afo, thank you for the 34. RNG skills can be deleted from the game. I just think our having RNG skills, it doesn't really add a lot because it's out of the player's control and agency. So it's like it feels good when you land it, it feels terrible when you don't, and there's no choice you really have in the matter. Like you can obviously do certain things to force them to not be RNG, but it kind of sucks that you have to. And the current ways that they have given it, like I'm just going to be honest with you guys and say, the fact that we usually don't have multi-turn buff success chance increases makes it very difficult. Especially none of the true meta supports actually have it in their kit. So it's very rough to actually like get, buff success chance into a comp. So it's just kind of naturally a demerit to people that actually need it. I don't see Star Rail bringing enough to. Yeah, I don't think they would either. I mean, I'll say this. I do believe you're already kind of seeing it. I don't know what like Genshin's upset about or anything like that. Is it really not gonna? Okay, I don't know why it requires me to type it fast. But basically, like, I do think you're kind of seeing this overall, like, straight line type deal, maybe even a slight decrease. But, like, what I'm trying to say here is you're seeing a straight line rather than, like, growth, I suspect, on people's willingness to spend on MiHoYo games. It's not that, like, MiHoYo isn't making more and more money. It's they're not making as much money as they should relative to how many players they have. And I suspect this boils down to one, a low pity system and people trying to not spend money on the game, and two, the fact that a lot of their designs are getting quite samey, and this is something I have seen people gripe about over the years. So I don't know, this is just me theory crafting from the outside looking in at this point, because obviously I've played both games but I don't currently play them. Halo may be coming to PlayStation. Yeah, that's why I made the comment. Xbox has been making some rumblings that they're no longer going to have exclusives and that all of their games will now be released on PlayStation. It's really interesting. We've had quite a bit of conversation already in VIP about it. I don't know. I can't predict the future on this because it is a interesting strategic choice. We'll have to see. I have my predictions, but whether or not they're right, I think is anyone's guess. It won't really matter for Lottos. Yeah. Yeah, I think it mostly is just going to help her out for stuff like challenge content. Genshin community is jealous of how generous Honkai Star Rail is by comparison. I mean, yeah, and I'm not going to be surprised because I'm going to tell you guys this. Honkai Star Rail will be jealous of Zenless Zone Zero. And this is just going to keep going on. Because MiHoYo seems to treat the new child like it's the best, right? Arch, they give her the 2 years. Hot damn. Chat, can we get some love for Arch's 2-year Annie? And IA, they give her the 26. We got 3 pulls and nothing else, basically. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this too. I don't know why, but okay, chat. I don't think anyone can tell me I'm wrong anymore on this. I've had people insist that I'm wrong, but looking back at Genshin throughout all of these years, is Genshin run and rewarded like a gacha game or like an MMO? Because MMOs just go like, yeah, here's this like cool prize in your mailbox that doesn't really amount to much. It's run like an MMO. And I've said this from the very get-go that in MiHoYo's eyes, it's their MMO. That's all it is. Like, and that's kind of the issue, is the expectation from the community is that it's the latest and greatest gacha game. And that's always been people's perception. That's not MiHoYo's perception on it at all. So there's a disconnect there between fan expectation and developer expectation. And I don't know what to say, right? Like, it's not my job to fix it, but it's clearly there. Clearly the fans want more. Clearly the developers don't care. Like they're just like, no, this is how we're running this. So it is what it is, right? Like, and I'm gonna say at that point, there's no use crying over the spilt milk. You know to expect it. You know that it's the case. So why are people upset with it? I can understand not liking it, but there shouldn't really be any more point to getting upset about it. You know, it should be to the point that, kind of like I've talked about at certain points in FGO, like the scariest thing that can ever happen to this game is apathy setting in. Okay, so rather than, oh man, why is this game doing this, and like bitching and moaning and whining and like complaining and keep harping on the issue, hoping that the devs fix it. You know the devs do not care in that regard, and you know they're not going to fix it. Why are people still not at that apathy point? And that's what I don't get. Like, the community seemingly keeps like almost Stockholm syndroming itself. In the same degree, I think people do that with stuff like, coin fix in FGO, right? Like, I talk about it all the time, and I still have in the back of my mind the possibility that coins could get fixed and what that would be. I just don't expect it anymore. And the reason I don't expect it is because how the devs have conducted themselves. So it's like apathy has set in for me on that. Rayless, thank you for the 41. So I think it's about managing expectations. And it sucks because you want the game to be better, right? Like players that play Genshin want it to be the best game that it can be because they like Genshin. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's just a case of the player has too much. They want too much, and it's not going to happen. Because it's clear to me that MiHoYo keeps going like, okay, well, now we're going to focus on Honkai Star Rail. All right, we're going to leave a team behind and have them keep doing Honkai Star Rail stuff. Okay, now we're going to focus on Zenless Zone Zero. So it's like, I think that's kind of how they're operating at this point going forward. I'll be curious to see, like, after Zenless Zone Zero launches, is MiHoYo going to start talking about a next game? And if they do, oh man, I feel bad for MiHoYo fans. They're just locked in the grift at that point. Genshin 2, yeah. Where are you at in the ladder? Just curious. So I actually realized that I have not been running as many point Cs as I should. So I'm actually way far ahead on the shop and like way behind on the ladder. The CCP ranked MiHoYo as the single lowest large tech company in conflict resolution. What do you mean? I don't quite understand what that's saying. Do you think Say needs a buff? Curious if you think she might get something for this upcoming Valentine's event. I don't know. It's a difficult question. Say has a lot of scalability, and I think Say is actually pretty decent in a challenge. I think the only thing I'd like to see her improved at that point then is like her overall NP gain, but I don't know that she necessarily does. Like, and I say this only from the standpoint of I'm not sure every unit in the game needs to fit into every single like niche, needs to be carbon copies of each other. So it's like, Say being more challenge oriented and less like of a farmer and looper to me, I think is fine. Like I don't have any issue with that. Can you kick the jukebox, stuck repress, or cock blocking some people? I mean, it's not showing up on my end, but sure. Yeah, like now I actually see more chat. So I don't think it's that you guys were stuck. I think it's that your request had not reached the bot somehow. Okay. What do you mean they already did? It's Honkai Impact the Third 2.0. Right. Now I'm just like, I think this is what MiHoYo is just going to keep doing. They're just going to keep looking to make the next game. And I think it's fine to a degree, but chat, usually when we have game studios that keep going on to the next game, okay? These are normally like single player releases or something like that. They are usually not live service games because running multiple live service games concurrently is very difficult. And naturally something has to give because you're trying to run more and more games on perpetuity with the same amount of people. And I'm sure they hire more to expand, but I have to imagine that it's like with most game studios where either after the project's done, they get rid of some of them or they move them on to a new project. So naturally, that means there's like a team that's left behind to actually continue to produce content and to continue to maintain the game. But that just means that their employee numbers keep bloating every single time. So it's almost like a pyramid scheme. They know they're just going to keep making this stuff, and as a result, they just keep like pumping stuff out. And they just keep moving on to the next thing and using the funding from all their prior projects to keep funding the next thing. So it's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it actually is a good strategy long term. But this to me appears to be their strategy. Lowest timely complaint resolution rate. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you meant by conflict resolution because that can mean different things. So. Did not meet the required standards. Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to say this, chat. Sounds rough, right? Let me know which gacha game is better at addressing concerns. Like, they all suck. And I'm sure someone in chat's going to pipe in with like, oh, but Cad, this one gacha game is actually really good. And I'm going to tell you, no, it's not. Like, for instance, Nikkei. I still hear that Nikkei is filled with bugs. So, it is what it is. Like, it doesn't mean that they don't do some, right? But most of these game studios are really bad about it. They don't. It is what it is. Nothing's perfect, yeah. But I knew the second I asked that question, I was going to get some stands of certain games. It's still somewhat present, yeah. And FGO has it too. Like, I'm not saying FGO's any good at it either. FGO is awful at fixing its issues. Thankfully, it's like most of the issues are just tangential, at least for FGO. It's like it's usually not stuff that directly impacts your ability to play the game or anything. And the second there is, FGO is actually really fast on fixing those. But I think most gacha games are, because heaven forbid should the game not make money for like any amount of time. Wood, thank you for the 2 years. Finally home tomorrow. Nice. Look forward to seeing more of you. I respect that the level of disregard of an issue. Yeah, I don't know. I think the devs just do what they can to stay afloat. But this is also sort of the issue with like live service games, is everything is always in motion. And so it's like you might not have realized there was a fix because you don't do any bug testing on it. Well, why don't you do bug testing? Because you're already on the next patch. Like, you're already working on the next thing. And it's like, I think that's crazy to some people to say this, but it's like, yes, I actually do think that there's very little Q&A done on some of these games. Of the slime gacha game? Interesting. Even if they're kind of meh. Well, speaking of Overlord, I know that the Overlord gacha game shut down really fast, so... Live service is a perpetual motion treadmill of developing. Yeah, exactly. It's like it just keeps going, right? And so you just never really end up doing a lot. Like it just, okay, the second that's released, now we have to get this next thing out. Currently catching up to your Infinite Well streams. It's all good. Like, FGO doesn't have a lot of bugs, thank God, but that's because like all their shit got fixed back in year one. That it really is. It's like they doubled down and tried to fix the majority of it. There's still some that pop up every now and then, but they're not that big, thankfully. Does it immediately break the game? No, we fix it later. Ship it. Yep. Quite literally. I'm biased because I've been playing since launch. Yeah, no, it's fine. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, how dare you be a fan of the games. Just that I knew when I said that there were going to be people that were going to chime in with like, oh, this is 100% like way better. And it's like, well, okay, but let's be fair, right? Every single one of these games has their shit moments. They had some pretty bad ones lately. Looking at you, Ivan Raid. Yeah, I mean, at least that's a like NA issue. And let's be honest here too. Why does this happen? Well, it's because like, well, it didn't happen on JP. Why didn't it happen on JP? I don't know. It just worked. And then they brought it to NA, which is technically on a different level of like patch cycle than JP was at that time 2 years ago, because we have things that JP like didn't have at the time. And so therefore, who knows what the hell caused the bug? It just was caused. Or it could have just been simply when they were porting the code over to the NA side of things, someone typed an integer wrong and it aired, 5 hours earlier and ended 2 hours before the actual raid was supposed to begin. I talked about that on Twitter. I talked about that on stream. It's like, who knows how it happened? All we know is that it happened, right? So it is what it is. And in that regard, yeah, that's absolutely a stain on them, but it's also because of the time that it happened at. The whole reason it didn't get quickly fixed, because it literally occurred during Christmas break for like everyone. Now, here's the thing with this, and this is what I do like that I get to criticize about this. I'm not going to criticize them for wanting to spend time with their loved ones during Christmas and taking the time off. I'll just criticize them for dropping that shit during Christmas. I knew it when it happened on JP. I called it 2 years prior that was going to be a problem, and sure enough, I was right. Again. I don't know why they're that dumb. Like, a little bit, it should have been something that, even if they had to give a little bit of an extra stretch or something in between the ending of Tunguska and Christmas, it could have been easily done. So I don't know why. To me, it just was kind of dickish the time that they aired it at, and it never should have been the way that it was. They said Santa will fix it. Yep. Yeah, it's just an interview. I don't expect anything out of that. Like, you might hear some cool tidbits from Nasu, but it's just gonna be cool tidbits on like, oh, why did you design Fate? Like I would not expect much of anything in that regard. Wires are gonna get crossed here and there. Yep. You copy paste your friend's high school assignment and still manage to mess up. Yeah, it's like just change it a little, and it's like, oh shit, I changed it a lot, and now I failed. I don't know though. It happens. What's my next roll target for NA? That's a good question. What's our next new unit on NA? It's not till Trung Sisters, right? It's probably them. Like, I don't think I'll be rolling White Day. I shouldn't be rolling Tesla Fest. Yeah, it should be Sea Monster Crisis, which I think is like April, and then we get like in May we get Super Bunyan, and it's like, to me, after Super Bunyan's when it starts to slow down some, because like May right there we get Super Bunyan, we get the 25 million downloads. You get Trom after that, but like there's a big lead up to Trom, and it just kind of really, to me, slows down from there. So I think NA will obviously keep that going a little bit longer due to the fact that we'll probably have our anniversary at the same time we always do. So we'll get it a little bit earlier, and that'll save it off some. But I think like post anniversary, it's going to be like, because I don't know what the hell they're going to do to pad. I'm also kind of curious at that point then as to why they're trying to accelerate so much here early on. Unless they're building something in, I don't know. But we'll see. All the things we hear about in live service games in general, FGO does a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, I think this is also, though, Japanese companies usually are pretty hush-hush about things. You usually don't hear their inner workings because it's kind of their culture, right? So I don't know, right? Like, but this is also like both a good thing and a bad thing. It's like we don't hear things, but also at the same time, we don't hear things. So like we don't know why their hiring situation is the way it is, right? Like we can only guess on stuff. It's because they need to get the dog out before Annie. Yeah, but they actually don't have to shift very much for that. We've talked about that. Like it is very simple for them to just flip flop one of the events. Whether or not they do that remains to be seen, and that may be why they're accelerating. But I will say that I am quite surprised if that is what they're doing. Like they're planning not to flip flop, and therefore they're needing to accelerate more. I'd be very surprised by that. Didn't they say some part of LB7 was coming earlier this year? No. No, I mean like we get it we basically get the launch the last week of December if they keep that up. So, and I hope they do, just for the simple standpoint of I'd rather have story fall during Christmas than, I don't know, like anything else. What's up, Silver? How's it going? Her NP animation where she sticks her tongue out is cute. Yeah, but what about the part where she lets rip a mighty brap? I can't, like, ever since that has been pointed out to me, I cannot unsee it. That'd be an awesome Christmas present, yeah. And this is kind of my point, and why like I criticized them back then is, again, like to me it's holidays. Even in Japan, people always tell me, oh, they don't take it as seriously. And I'm like, sure, but it is still a holiday for them. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm really surprised that they try to like ram stuff in there during the holiday. Like in that regard, they also always release our collab during Golden Week. And the logic that I've always heard for that is because everybody is off work during that time. So it's a good time to launch it. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I also feel like people want to be doing stuff during Golden Week, right? Like when you have time off work, you're like, man, I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. Like, I mean, maybe, right? Like I get that way at times because work sucks and you're just tired. But like, I don't know. I'm back to the game and I'm impressed at how DW is helping new players. Yeah, like most of the complaints, and I'm dead serious about this, chat. Like most of the complaints revolving around FGO are from the veteran community. It's not for like the new players. Like the new players have it so much better now, given all the quality of life that has been in the game. Like everything that they have done. Tutorial missions, evocation festival, god, like the starting SSR there, like it's so much nicer to start the game now than it used to be. So it's very easy to get into FGO. I think it's difficult to catch up to the end game due to all the story that there is in between you, but it's not impossible by any means, and a lot of it boils down to how much and how long you want to spend reading. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to say that I think the game is a lot easier to get into than it used to be. And I want to see them, now that it's easier to get into, work on the pacing as we start heading into Ordeal Call. We're probably going to get Ordeal Call 2 soon, chat. And so it's like, you know, I want to see them work on the pacing for how long it takes a player to get to the end game. And I also want to see them work on, obviously, the end game concerns, which are the veteran concerns that we talked about. But yeah, no, I don't think FGO is doing a bad job on its front end in that regard. Other than like advertising, the game needs to do a better job of that. Guy watching, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate it. JP still doesn't have the starting SSR. Yeah, I find that really weird. And that's why I was saying, like, I kind of understand if they don't want to give NA the selector ticket that JP just got, because JP still doesn't have the one that we got. Granted, someone else pointed this out, and I think it's a really valid point, that, chat, let's assume that you end up with, like, I don't know, let's say, like, the visual novel remake comes out in, like, May, right? Sorry, remaster, not remake. Let's say the remaster comes out in, like, May. That would probably be the better time to run the campaign on NA, where like they then get to hype its release and say, hey, go buy it. So it makes sense, but we'll see. Good old Blue Rider, Jim. Yeah. Really have a metric ton of stuff to do as a new player. Right. Vets are starved for content really badly. I don't think we're starved. Like, well, maybe, right? Like, it's difficult to say because it's not like we're not getting content. We do. It's just everything seems so strung out and drawn out and padded. And that's where the issue comes. Jar, they give it the 33. Fifth copy of Say, nice. More than 18% now. To be fair, Tunguska was kind of a weird event. Missing a day or two wouldn't be an issue, but Tunguska was a daily time thing. Yeah, and I've said this before. That's also like, it's not just that they release something during Christmas, it's that they release the worst type of event during Christmas. And I have to give them credit, chat. Let me give the devs some credit here, because, you know, obviously we don't get to give them enough credit as is. I am so happy that the devs for the last Christmas lotto that just happened in December on JP, that lotto was improved, that it was not your typical Christmas setup, that you had 90 plus available every single day, and that the only thing you didn't have was the 90 plus, which, as I've talked about before, basically doesn't matter unless you're able to 6 slot it. So it's like, yeah, I felt like that was just a much better design. It vastly improved my perception of Christmas lottos as opposed to fest lottos that we normally get like mid-year. So yeah, I thought that was a much better way of handling it. And I hope they continue to do it. I don't think newbies realize we're in the middle of Lost Belt still, and it's been like 5 years. Yeah, that's. And I'm gonna say this: like, technically, us being in Lost Belt still is not a problem. It's just like the actual content pace of releasing the main story chapters has been abysmal, and as a result, people are like, "Please, just wrap it up so we can move on to a new chapter, so we can move on to a new thing." I don't know why, right? They wanted the main raid to fall on the 26th of December, the date they hunt foxes in England. Maybe, right? For whatever the reason, right? I could still look at the structure of the event and say, hey, that wasn't smart. But either way, I'm not sure that it mattered for NA because it just matched up on NA. And I'm going to say that they should have known that Christmas was a much bigger time. Everybody actually takes off work for Christmas, whereas in Japan, it's more of a minor holiday. So to me, I'm like, yeah, I'm really surprised that they didn't like anticipate that this was probably going to be an issue for the NA community. But they kind of just rammed it through anyways. It's the rate of the content, not the chapter. That's the issue. Yeah. I mean, I've said this before too. I am getting somewhat tired of the Lost Belt gimmick. From a simple standpoint of like, it's becoming monster of the year. Okay, I was going to say monster of the week because that is the actual use of the term, but it doesn't apply in this case. It's monster of the year. Where we get a new Lost Belt, we go through all the paces, we pretty much already know exactly what the deal is because it's very formulaic at this point. They definitely lay some stuff out that is not formulaic in the interim, but the overall structure of it is formulaic. It's like you get in the Lost Belt, shit's worse than you thought. You think all hope is lost. You find somebody to actually like save you at the last second, and now you're limping along, and then an opportunity presents itself, and you manage to exploit it. And therefore, now you actually have a chance, but it's a snowball's chance in hell, and you shoot your shot, and you actually defy all the odds and win. And that is like literally the story synopsis to every single one of the Lost Belts, pretty much. So it's like, I hate that that's the case, but it is. Like, we kind of know how all of them are going to go at this point. It's been like that since Babylonia. Right. And that's kind of my point. It's like, it's definitely good storytelling, but it's gotten kind of samey, and they definitely need to mix it up some. And in that regard, that is kind of what I liked about a lot of the Epic of Remnants. They had very weird, diverse stories. They were really out there in kind of how they handled things. And certainly the later Lost Belts, I think, have tried to mix it up some. But the early Lost Belts got very, very, very samey. And so now, unfortunately, we have seen what the formula is, and it's very easy to apply the formula to all the subsequent Lost Belts that have come after it. So probably haven't gotten to Lost Belt 9 yet, right? Why is Cad spoiling LB8? I'm sorry. But no, it's like unfortunate, but like I said, I would love to see them like transition into an actual like part 3 or something where it's like, okay, now what's the formula? I don't know, right? Like now there's no more formula. We throw it out and every story is a unique like twist. Like maybe we're going to different places for different things. Maybe we're just trying to stay the fuck alive. Maybe we're being hunted by the sealed designation enforcers, which I think would be like cool as shit, right? Like, chat, imagine you save the world. You revert the bleached earth. Everyone comes back. And now you have saved the world twice. Not once, twice. And Clock Tower looking at you and they'd be like, well, this could be like one of our greatest students ever. Or this guy's actually a threat to the continued existence of humanity itself. Let's get him. So, is what it is. Did I talk about doing a collab? They're not doing a collab. They're just literally having a joint interview where they're both going to get asked questions. I find it really funny that people think it's actually going to be a collab. Was that beating the shit out of us? Yes. Ungrateful heathens, villain arc, let's go. Yep. And then like chat, imagine like you basically end up in like, you know, sort of the magic like underground and underworld, and like you're just kind of like running around just trying to like hop from place to place, trying to stay one step ahead of your pursuers, trying to find a way to like turn the tables, but you don't even know who's after you and you don't even know why. All you know is that they want you dead. I think that'd be a much more intriguing story at this point. I would love to see that. So it's like, don't get me wrong, Nasu can write, but like I think the issue that we have is that the story has become, all right, step through this, step through this, step through this. I would actually appreciate if FGO got out of its 7-block cadence that it's been doing, right? Because chat, we had 7 singularities with a +1 there at the end for Solomon. We had 4 Epic of Remnants there in the interim. And then now we have had 7 Lost Belts, and we know there's at least going to be 3 Ordeal Calls. Okay? At least 3. So I want to start going chapter to chapter to chapter. I think that's the better play. I'd love if Godaku from the future tries to hunt us down. Yeah, that'd be great, actually, if it's like, it's an Emiya situation. It's like, it's just actually all been you trying to kill yourself. Like, I feel like there's a ton of twists you could do with stuff like that. And again, this is just like me throwing out an idea for what like a future story for FGO could be beyond the singularities and everything like that. Beyond the Grand Order, if you will. But yeah, I don't know what they want to do, and I don't know if they'll do something like that or they'll just, you know, keep going with their own ideas. You really think the clock tower mages are able, except a few maybe, to accept that some upstart is showing them off? Well, and I said this before too, that like it's absolutely possible that you could just have an arc where like, oh, now we get to start our actual life, and we go into like slice of life at the clock tower. We got to go to like all of our classes and learn about magic, and it basically becomes like a Harry Potter type story. Where it's like you're ascending upward through the ranks, like as you're sitting there like studying at the clock tower, and like various random shit happens. Kind of like El Malloy case files. Hanging out with Reigns, yeah. I think the stakes are raised this high. It's always problematic to transition into another arc. Yeah, and I think at this point, right? Like that's kind of why they need to like reboot it in order to allow it to have something. Because it's like, chat, at this point, we're literal god killers. Okay, we are the shonen trope of like, oh man, I got so strong, I've killed God. What now? I'm gonna do it again. Like there's a point where it's like, okay, I guess we're just breaking the fabric of space-time at this point. How would you justify the servant shenanigans then? I don't know, right? Like, and that's where I think like it'd probably be better if you're on the run type deal, where it's like, oh, you're just running and you manage to like snag the briefcase on your way out to do like other summons. And let's be clear here, chat, as long as Mash is with us, this is a thing that I think everyone forgets about in the lore, because it's actually established. Chat, at any given point in any location, we can summon off the back of Mash's shield. Because that is the round table. It is the actual catalyst for summoning. Like, it's the mechanism by which we're able to summon. So, I don't know why, but like, this is always glossed over in story ever since they made the point way back in the origin. Flip Mash's shield and start the duel. Yep. Granted, who knows? Chat. Oh, I got an idea. What if we took servant essences, right? Like their spirit cores, right? And we condensed them down and we put them, right? Like we put them in some sort of like like container, okay? And then like I don't know, maybe we had like a little label on the container or something like that, but we put like a little button on the front, and then like we carry them around with us. And then like whenever we get into battle, we hit the button, we throw the container, and we're like, Jalter, I choose you. And then like she goes out and like, yeah. Yeah, Servamons. Servamons. Like in all seriousness, like you could do something like that. Like they could straight up do any stupid shenanigan they want to. I love Servant World, right? They don't use Mashu Shield because they ran out of Saint Quartz. Maybe that's why, right? I have no idea. Okay, you guys can see, by the way, I hit 9 out of 9 storm pods, so we are capped. There is a day left, so probably tomorrow morning I have to actually sit down and do some of my storm pods. I've been rolling out some FP on the side still because I'm getting close to being done with my Grail casting for the month, but not quite done. And I got to stay ahead of it because it's tax season and I don't want to have to wait. Then we'll get tournaments, right? Like imagine if it was like I summon my servant, you summon your servant, and like they fight, you know, and like maybe like we get like raised up platforms, and like the loser gets sent to like the Shadow Realm, right? Like kind of like that Musashi scene, right? Where it's like they just get sucked through the vacuum of space-time and like thrown off on the other side of the universe, right? Like that'd be some great shit. Kind of like an Unreal tournament? No, like Yu-Gi-Oh. So, next is Master Duels and Motorcycles. Yeah, exactly. The whole point is they can do whatever they want, chat. They can straight up come up with, you know, any random way by which we continue to do summons. That's what the briefcase was, right? It's like, oh shit, we can't establish anything here, so take this shit to the ley line and do it yourself. You've activated my credit card, yes. Form of a saber. Imagine PvP, but you could bet Saint Quartz if you lose. If you win, you get more Saint Quartz. Yeah, but like, is it gonna be like that Cutthroat version where like you get the enemy player's Pokemon when you win? So it's like, oh, I beat you, now your servant is mine. I feel like that would suck. At least it would suck if you're not a whale. Bill has a hint to Yu-Gi-Oh! After all. Yeah. You can have my Jekyll. Exactly. I'll send you to the second archive. You wouldn't dare. What if we build ourselves up as a playable servant in the Clock Tower arc? I mean... So, I think the only reason that we would not be summonable as a servant is we have no actual aptitude. Like as a mage, right? Like we are literally like our only good use is as a like very willful summoning battery. Like we are like the Energizer Bunny that keeps being able to summon people, but we have no actual like magical talent. Because otherwise, you gotta imagine, chat, if we're the like person that has saved the world twice, that like yeah, like we absolutely qualify for being a servant. Like, people qualify for being a servant for not even saving the world. So, like, we did it twice. Sure, didn't have too much either. Well, nobody knows us, though. That doesn't stop them. So, Right, like that's the original lore. Is like it all comes down to characters being like how well they're known in mythos and stuff like that. But no, let's be honest, chat. FGO has shat all over that, right? Like it's just not a thing. We have people that are literally unknown, and we also have people that are like, oh, yo, like I'm super well known. I'm one of the most popular myths in all of like humanity. 3-star. So yeah, I don't know about that. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Yeah. Who? Coup. Yeah, Romulus. There's numerous instances of this. We are nameless. Yeah. Super unknown. The random 4-star saber from 2 Gudas ago. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, Avril Lavigne. Holy crap! I haven't heard this in forever either. I've got some 4-star embers here. And they are going right. No. Well, I'll go ahead and do that, but that's Kelly Clarkson. Well, considering it's Avril Lavigne on Avril Lavigne Vivo, I'm pretty sure it's Avril Lavigne. The song, though? Yeah, I know. It's like, well, it's her official channel, so I assume it's actually her. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, so let's get rid of some of these devoted 4-star embers here. It's just AI. Oh, I knew it. Is Avril Lavigne still around, chat? Does she still do anything? Or did she, like, just completely retire? Granted, she's probably rich as shit. Musicians retire? Pretty much. Like, they get to a point that they just sit there on their royalties. Like, chat, when you have a hit that is, like, so big that it goes, like, worldwide, you make so much money off of that. Especially because, like, anytime radio stations play that shit, you get money. And it keeps happening. Like, it's not like, oh man, like usually when you have a generational hit like that, it just keeps making money. Because, like, even into the future, you know, fast forward 20, 30 years, people are still playing the song. Assuming you actually own it. You usually don't, but they usually have something in their contract that is like, well, you will get paid this amount of royalties from it. Musicians either die at 27 or live forever, the legends say so. Pretty much, right? And it's almost always from, like, drugs, too. Video killed the radio star? That's true. But radio's still around. Same with Ritska becoming a counter guardian. Listen, I don't care how they want to handle it. I just want them to actually change things up. He chooses the stage and continues to tour. Yep. I think it's because he just I think there's a point where a lot of these people, like, they get to that point and it's like they actually enjoy the stardom, they enjoy the notoriety, and they can't stand sitting there doing nothing and, like, living a quiet life. Because all of their, like, earlier years weren't quiet. It's all they know. They don't know how to live a quiet life, and they go stir crazy because of it. Did you use the gold foes on Zerctoria? I have been, but like my Zerctoria is not at the 2K yet. Don't be a musician and do drugs, kids. Just do the drugs. No, just don't do drugs. I think that's the commonality there. Being a musician isn't fatal. Being a druggie is. Well, I guess the only way in which being a musician's fatal is if you have a stage accident or someone, like, you know, has a grudge. Drugs are bad, okay? Or you'll get shot if you're a rapper. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be like somebody holds a personal vendetta against you. Weird, like presenting a new Mystic Code and keeping Ritska in the shadows or being villainous or something like that. No, I mean, chat, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's so much foreshadowing, and it's not even spoiler to say this because NA already conceded the foreshadowing. But there's a shit ton of foreshadowing that the Master's gonna die at the end of Arc 2. Like, that we will sacrifice ourselves to basically put an end to all this bullshit. Okay? I don't think they're gonna kill him, though. I think it's gonna be another MASH-like situation where it's like, the Master's gonna die, but, like, not die. And, like, we're just gonna either go through a rehab arc or we're gonna disappear narratively for a little while and then suddenly come back. No one dies in FGO, Lamau. I mean, yeah. Master dies, all accounts deleted. Well, right, that's the whole point. It's like the Master is actually the manifestation of the player character. So it's like you actually can't kill them off. But I think they're going to dangle that in front of you, like, for the impact of it. I don't know if they have the balls to do it. Yeah, I think they will do it. But it's just going to be like a rug pull. It's not actually going to be a killing the character off. You'll think they did, but then they'll be like, oh, wait, I was always alive. So you might read like a chapter or two where you think your player character's dead. And like, who knows? Maybe like the bottom left corner of your screen, there's no picture there while you're doing that, right? Like, and that would be very interesting too. It is theoretically possible that you switch who the main protagonist is. Like they get replaced. Because I 100% think that Nasu would do something like that. Like if there's anyone that I think would pull that off and has the balls to do it, it's Nasu. I think the player base would accept a complete change of cast. I think it would be one of the most like tumultuous and discussed things in the history of FGO. And yes. Like, I think the community would eventually accept it, but it would absolutely be like this shell-shocking moment for a lot of people. Can't wait for that collab interview with Nasu. Yeah. Could try to pull it off, but he will fail. I think Nasu is still a really good writer, chat. Like, I criticize Nasu at times because I think that some of his work is worthy of the criticism. But also at the same time, I guess the thing you guys need to take away from me here is, unlike most other people, I don't treat Nasu like a god. I recognize that Nasu is human and makes mistakes. So like it is what it is. I have admiration for him, but I don't like revere him to the same extent that other people do. I want a Chaldea on the defense rather than offense chapter. Honestly, in a weird way, no, putting Chaldea on the offense would be new. Chaldea is always playing defensively. We are always the underdog, always behind the 8-ball. I want to see Chaldea actually like kick open the door to a singularity, waltz in, and be like, "Omae wa mo shinderu." You're just already dead, right? Like, I want to see Chaldea do that shit. Walk in, like, kill some motherfucker, take the grail, walk out. FBI, open up. Yeah. Y'all ain't shit. Yeah. Do you realize how many times I have saved the world? 2. Take the counter guardian India approach. Pretty much. I think that defense would be, say, defending a singularity, your timeline. Yeah, I mean, in that regard, sure. But that you can argue that that is the entirety of what Lost Belt's about. Like, it is literally us trying and scraping and clawing desperately just to keep our like origin, our main timeline alive. Imagine us waltzing in a normal Holy Grail war, right? That would actually be a really like interesting concept for a singularity. And I don't want to spoil anything, but like I would love to walk into a singularity where there's just already a Grail war in progress, right? Only destroyed, resolved. Sure. Well, no. Babylonia we did. Like 100% we defended Babylonia. That was a resolution in the end, but no, it 100% was that case. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think y'all realize we're actually always on the defense. Always. We have never gone full, like, all out. Because we've never had the capability and the resources and the backing to do so. Like, chat, I want you to imagine if, like, we unbleach the earth, humanity comes back, and then, like, somehow Chaldea sticks around for a while. And then we get, like, more mages. And then, like, a singularity happens, and, like, Gouda kicks open the door, waltzes in, and is like, I'm here to stop you. And then the evil villain's like, ha 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 ha, I've been expecting you. And then you're like, yeah, what about them? And you like point over your shoulder and like 20 other doors get kicked open and masters just waltz out. They're like, yeah. Like, and then everybody summons servants and just like goes after them. Like quite literally an Avengers Assemble moment. Exactly. Sounds like Kamen Rider, yes. Chaldea gonna have to choke a bitch? Exactly. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are other ways they can tell some of these stories that they actually haven't done. Trying to defend the place from an outside invader rather than invading ourselves. Yeah, but like that is the entirety of what? Like that is Lost Belt. We are defending from an outside invader the whole time. Wasn't Tunguska an assault more than it was a defense? Close, right? Like, but that's what I'm saying is like even our quote unquote offensive things like that, they're not really offensive because we go in, we have no info, none like we just end up having to like putz around, figure things out, and then finally like do something about it. And usually like somehow half our staff is disabled even once we get there. Like the storm border doesn't fucking work or like has to stay away. Like it's just always this like neutered situation. If they decide to kill off the protagonist, I bet they will. Then bring them back as an OP character that is not playable. I don't know. I think like if they're gonna rug pull like that, it's gonna be a very quick thing. Like I said, you might read a couple chapters where like the master is seemingly not alive, but is just missing. They're MIA. And then I suspect that you'll actually like realize that, oh yeah, no, they were totally there the whole time. They were just wounded, or like you know, I don't know. You're following someone else around perspective wise. Like maybe Mash gets separated from the master, and in order to make you think that the master's dead, you follow Mash until she reunites with the master. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I also think that especially if they manage to like, Jack, can you imagine if they managed to like split a singularity like that? Where it's like you get a part 1 and a part 2, and part 1 concludes with a cliffhanger. It's like, is the master dead? Because that's exactly what they would do. Someone will just stir up Protag's insides again. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, those CAD W's. Definitely appropriate. 2 weeks of farming with no MC. Wait, what do you mean? Cuddy always has a plan, and the plan never works. Yeah. I do get tired of that trope where like we go into the singularity and it's like, okay, but we've got this one. We've got this one, guys. We totally know what to do. So we're gonna go in here and then fuck. What do you mean that's not the case anymore? What do you mean this like MacGuffin that we brought doesn't work? What do you mean that like I'm dying internally on the inside and spiritually? I feel like that's basically what keeps getting pulled on us. Is like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna go in there. We've got it all figured out. We've got them this time, guys. This time it's for real. It's gonna be easy and shit. If we got a clock tower chapter, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I think I would much rather see them explore other stuff. And to be fair, I think Nasu is of the same mind, because he's said in interviews like post Lost Belt, he's done doing like space shit, at least for FGO. Like he's like, yeah, we're getting away from that after this, because I think even he kind of got tired of it. So I think that's why you see Ordeal Call, at least so far, is a little bit more on the different side. And our only issue with that is that, like, yeah, we still need the second Ordeal Call at this point. But I'll be very curious to see how many Ordeal Calls we're going to get. I've heard theories, I've talked to Trubs, but it's like, at least as of right now, we just know there's at least 3. Whether or not there's more remains to be seen. That means no Saberverse 3. I think he just meant more like narratively with the story rather than like a joke or a gag event, right? Like I think he's done trying to explore this particular concept. And if you remember back to his interview that he had years ago, chat, he also said like, yeah, I totally don't want to like, well, like he was basically at a point where he was like, he didn't really want to like keep going, it seemed, and he was talking about the quote unquote end of the story. And then I think that was kind of the issue, is functionally he was going to be like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'll go ahead and ask the community if they want to continue. And he said, we're going to put it to a vote basically at that point. If the community wants us to keep going, we can keep going. But also, if the community wants us to wrap it up, we can wrap it up. And he's like, there may come a point where by the end, people are begging us to wrap it up. And I kind of understand that now. I kind of understand that latter part. 2 years ago, or whenever it was that he made the comment, it was either 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember. But I was sitting there, I was like, there's just no way. Like, there's no way anyone will ever vote to be like, yeah, I want FGO to wrap it up and to end. I'm like, at least narratively, from a story perspective, I'm like, I want them to move on. I can understand that sentiment a little bit. Like, Please, let's explore something else. Because I think Fate has a lot of room for potential, a lot of room for like really cool ideas that I think as long as we're stuck in this whole like organization of story, that we're never going to get to explore. We're never going to get to touch on. Not without them really forcing it. You fail to have to do it all over again. The story comes full circle. There's a lot of theories that the story of FGO is a time loop. I don't know if you guys have dabbled in those theories, but that is the thing. And I actually agree with that theory. Like, I think at the end of everything, you will come back to the beginning. Because that is 100% the bullshit that Nasu would pull. It's terrifying, but makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the beginning of FGO that are still unexplained that kind of only make sense if you look at them from a time loop perspective where somebody had prior knowledge. Time wifey? Yes. Yeah, chat, what if you get to the end and there's just a TARDIS there waiting for you? But I don't want to be in a time loop. Too bad. Is it hot? Yeah, it actually has like a flame decal on the side of it. The reruns were time loops when they stopped. If she was looping all this time, maybe not like a complete loop in that sense. Like it's not like not a loop in the sense that like we just keep going around in a circle, so much as a loop where like shit already happened and shit then reset and is now happening again. Like you're on the second run. You're on New Game Plus, chat. Okay. That's the concept here at play. You are on New Game Plus and you don't even realize it. If I remember right, FGO opens up with you just zonked out in the hallway at Chaldea, correct? Correct. With no explanation as to who you are or where you came from. Which, chat, I know there's other gacha games that have like a similarly mysterious start. Most of those explain it after a while. FGO has never explained it. Ever. And that should be something that should be like, Her evil goal to get past self and master to hook up, yeah? Surprise, we're Solomon's new avatar. Listen, I'm obviously JP players know a little bit more. Please don't spoil. But also in the same regard, I think it's a really cool idea, and it's one that like is available to NA. You can go back and look at the plot issues and inconsistencies in the like first couple of chapters of FGO, and if you guys go back and read that now and you start asking yourself, why was that way? You start asking questions about it, you'll start to come to similar conclusions. You'll start being like, wait, but how? And it's like, I think, early on in FGO, everyone just glossed over it. Everyone's just excited, wanted to get through things and move on. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the issue, is it's always been right there in front of us. Merlin definitely knows more than he's telling. Oh, absolutely, because Merlin sees everything. Yeah, Merlin's locked in the fucking Tower of Avalon at this point, just sitting there. Basically, he's like, I'm trying to think. He's like the one dude in the Matrix that has like all the fucking TVs in front of him. Like Merlin basically is just an observer. He just gets to watch everything now. So he sees everything. The architect, yeah. All things are in the present for him, right? Which in that regard, kind of interesting because it basically means he's like functionally Mr. Kaleidoscope Man. But hey, it is what it is. Can see everything but can't interact normally. Yeah, he can't leave the tower, so. MC gets isekai'd. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, right? Although we've kind of actually had that in several stories where like the MC literally like drifted off to sleep and then woke up somewhere else. So. Merlin saw where I lost my wallet and didn't tell me. How dare he? Yep. Waiting for Trom so I can finally know what Old Man Mori knows. Yep. Trom's going to answer a lot of questions from everything I've heard. And I don't know everything that happens in Trom, so. Drifted off to sleep only to be saved by a Danganronpa character at least twice. Yeah. And then there were several other times where you drifted off to sleep and you weren't saved by the Danganronpa character. Okay, chat, it is time to record. It reminds me, I still haven't bought the People from the Evocation Festival. I need to just sit down and do that. But I've been focused on whenever I have like free time that I'm not doing something like getting my AP down. I've been rolling out my FP because I need to do my Grailcast. So like I haven't even gotten to do the Evocation Festival. Okay, wait, hold on. I need 2022 and we need shouldn't be February. We don't have Karen yet, right, chat? Not yet. Okay. Is this just the pre-campaign? So the whole reason I'm going to go ahead and record this chat is I don't know that I'll post it right away, but I just want this recorded. I want this ahead in case the devs try to pull some bullshit on us. Hmm. You personally think they're just going to do story for each other's game? No. No. Everyone's way overreading this. Nasu's been part of other joint interviews like this. It's just an interview, guys. That's all it is. I don't know why everyone's anticipating that this is something bigger than that. Like, I think it's hypercopium basically on people's behalf. Yeah, it's just a podcast. They're literally like people ask Nasu to get on there every once in a while and he does it. So yeah, like I'm not gonna say they couldn't announce something, but it would, to me, that would come completely out of left field. Like I'm not anticipating that in the slightest. That's all good. Have they ever pulled something like that on an A? Nah, never. So, and this is my issue with the devs. I like to be first. At least like compared to the dev announcements. I want to beat the dev announcements every time if I can. So, the annoyance that I have is sometimes the devs announce things 3 days out. That's their normal cadence. Other times, they announce something like the night of, like 1 day out. Okay. And then other times they're like, yo, what if we announce this like 2 weeks out? And I'm like, what? I'm like, why are you announcing it this fast? You don't need to. Like in this case, they did that with Valentine's Day. And at least it's partially they were so early because Valentine's was coming early. So there was an indicator there. So kind of why I'm going to go ahead and get out in front of this again, just because I don't know. We're announcing, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Cat likes to beat devs. No, I like to stay ahead of them so that my content is already out there and available for people by the time the devs make the announcement. Right? That way it's already up in the algorithm. People can easily find it. It's not like this, oh crap, I just now launched it, late. Because the issue that I always have with my content that other content creators don't have is other content creators don't work full-time jobs. They have access to their computers for whatever reason, seemingly like 24/7. I don't know how some people do it, but they do it. Okay. Not every content creator's like that, I know, but it's definitely a thing. So at this point, I've started to say, like, okay, but then, the only way that I can do a good job then is to try and beat the punch and to try and stay ahead of it. So it definitely sucks when the devs just come out and announce something out of the blue that, like, we knew was coming. They just announced it way ahead of when we expected it. So it doesn't, like, hurt us really in any way. It just, like, especially for me, it just goes like, oh crap, well now somebody else is going to launch something faster than I can, and then no one's going to watch my shit. So this is what it is. I've just learned that that's the strategy I have to take. Anyways, this one shouldn't actually take too long. There's not too much in this. In fact, I don't remember, is this a point event? No, I don't think there's any gimmick. I think it is literally just 40 AP shop. Yeah, that's all it is. Glorified dailies event. Yep. And I'm okay with that. Like, I know to people this is like super boring, but also at the same time I'm like, it's easy. I don't have to try. I don't have to like go sit here and look up a guide constantly. Gimmick is the special skins, yeah. Made it sound like they'll reveal something, sure. Not sure I believe it though. I mean, I saw it. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's mostly people on Twitter hyping it up. So here it is, chat. The dream conversation finally came true. What are the passionate feelings of both? Details will be announced later. Everyone, please look forward to it. That's all. I don't think that reveals anything. I think that's people reading too much into it. And chat, like, the reason they're saying details will be announced later, it's because there's no date on this. Like, no one knows when this interview is going to come out. So yeah, they have to let people know. It doesn't mean like, oh, they're going to be announcing something. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just people overly reading into it because there's no date or anything here. They're just letting you all know that yes, like Mushroom Man and David Jiang or however you say it are gonna be in an interview together. That's it. That's all it is. Passionate feelings of both. Yeah. I mean, again, because it's an interview, right? So they're going to ask them questions. So how do you feel about this? That's all it is. And you can see it's FGO General Director, Scenario Writer, Novelist, Kinyoku Nasu, and the lead producer, which is interesting. But I think it's also, they're trying to get a producer and then they're trying to get a, like, designer / writer. So that they have two different sides of the coin for takes on things. The second trending thing on the side, but Daddy, I love him. Yeah, I'm not clicking on that. I'm not clicking on that. Chat, I rarely go directly to Twitter on stream because I don't trust Twitter at all. Like, I have had some crazy DMs pop up. I have had some crazy trendings be a thing. I have had some crazy recommendations by the algorithm. So, like, I ain't hitting the home button. The home button's gonna take me to God knows what because I've seen some crazy shit go across my feed. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and start recording. There's not much I have to do for this one, so it should be relatively easy. Although I think the thing I'm trying to determine right here was like, what the hell were these? You have the pre-release campaign, which is a pre-release campaign. That much is obvious. But then, what the shit is this? The White Day Spectacles is just a separate thing for the costume itself. Oh, it's the CE exchange. Okay. That's all this is. That's all this is. God damn it. I'm sitting here like trying to read way too much into this. Okay. Also the dual my room. Yeah, I still don't really understand how that works. Like I tried doing it on JP and it just like it doesn't really seem to do anything or have any actual use. Which is just like, oh, well now you can have two servants in there temporarily. And it's like, okay. Just screenshots, yeah. Don't the CEs talk? Yes, they are voiced. Hey guys, my name's Khadroth, and today we're going to be talking to you about the Chaldea Boys event, aka the White Day event, aka the Bespectacled Intellectuals event that's going to be coming up next in FGO. Now, a little bit of a PSA before we begin. Shortly thereafter, you guys are going to have a lotto after the White Day event. That is going to be the Tesla Fest lotto. It's obviously at a very weird time of year. We don't normally get lottos early in the year like this. It has happened once before, but usually it's not a common occurrence. That being said, in the interim here, we're in the middle of Valentines. I'm beginning to record. Obviously, Bizette's banner is out, but as of the recording, at least right now, we don't have Karen's banner yet, but we pretty much already know that that is coming. We also know that there is a surprise probably coming for NA in the works. I'm not going to talk about that because I don't like to deal with data mines, but there is something upcoming here. Still, I anticipate that Chaldea Boys is going to be announced probably in the next, like, week, because they're going to end up having a pre-release campaign here, which is pretty much what we expected. So you're going to have at least probably a week after Valentine's Day and its culmination there to actually be able to relax and then go into Chaldea Boys. This pre-release campaign is just going to obviously have some nice login bonuses. You're also going to have Ember Gathering at half cost for anyone trying to work on, say, like grailing targets or just getting units leveled up. And then on top of this, there's also going to be a 2x chance for great and super success, but only for the bonus units for Chaldea Boys. So keep in mind, this is not everything, but again, since NA kind of got shafted at New Year's in this regard, people are, I think, on the lookout for more of these. Like I said, if you want to know when our actual next true 2x super and great success chance is that affects every unit, that's probably not going to come until the 25 million downloads campaign, which will probably be NA's 20 million downloads campaign sometime around May. So we're still going to be waiting a little bit in that regard. But again, it is definitely your prerogative as to whether or not to take advantage of this. There are certainly a lot of units here that if maybe one of them happens to be one of your targets, feel free to go ahead and work on them in this time. Again, you're also going to have the DaVinci Workshop exchange here, sort of adding the old Amakusa Shiro thing from the from his museum Chaldea Boys event. And then basically adding to the Rare Prism shop the ability to purchase the prior year's exchange there. Again, you're also going to have other old command codes here getting added, so definitely a nice update. And you can see here they kind of sneak it in, but don't forget that at this point, the Seraph main interlude will be free to people that have cleared Solomon. So at this point, anyone that's already done it or already purchased it, if you have cleared Solomon, you will get refunded. And for anyone that is looking to purchase it, it might cost you if you haven't completed it, but it'll get refunded once you complete Solomon. Or if you've already completed Solomon and you go to actually purchase it, it will just be free. So definitely a nice upgrade that they have started to do. And I think it's a good idea because honestly, putting a price on people running main interludes and having access to story is not smart of the devs. So anyways, definitely a nice upgrade there. And that's basically it for the pre-release campaign. Now, as we move on here, you guys can see that's kind of also covered right here with the Seraph Free Access Commemorative Campaign. You're going to get another advanced quest segment. It's just going to be yet another singular quest. I don't believe it's until the third or the fourth advanced quest that we start getting multiple in each round. So still just a singular one-off type thing. And then basically, at least on JP, and you can see there was Tesla Fest right there, but early in March, you guys had sort of Chaldea Boys. And this is, again, one of the reasons I'm trying to get ahead of this. You guys can see, basically, right as Chaldea Boys ends, that's when the lotto is supposed to start. So definitely an interesting thing. And you can also see that we're probably going to get our first Road to 7 here, sort of mid-time period for the Chaldea Boys event. This may be why we're somewhat early on an A. That may be kind of trying to get us ahead of things because this was so jam-packed and it really didn't need to be. So they may try to pad it some, give us a little bit more of a stretch here, but we'll see. It may also have to do with their shuffling for anniversary at mid-year because, again, they need to actually, kind of keep an eye on the order of events for that one. But still, we can talk about that at a later point. Regardless, you're then going to go into the Bespectacled Intellectuals event. But before that, you also, on the same day here, have this White Day Spectacles node. And what this is this is basically just going to be your craft essence exchange. Fandom decided to separate it out. Obviously, it's depicting the login bonus. You can see you are going to get some teapots, which, just a brief reminder, make sure you use yours before they expire here at the end of Valentine's. And certainly, you're also going to get a Bond Grail. Obviously, you can see here, too, you get a little bit of a message from Arjuna Altar when you first log in. I assume that will be translated for us. And then, basically, you'll get to pick from one of the craft essences, just like you do every Chaldea Boys. The difference for this one is it is going to be fully voiced craft essences. When you pick them, you will actually get to hear the VAs reading the text description on the CE, not the stats or anything like that, just the actual description of basically the lore of the CE, which is really cool. Again, you guys can pick whichever one of these you want. Obviously, they have some really great artwork. We'll talk about all of these craft essences when we get to the actual event here, though. And then beyond that, you can also see that for the My Room, you're going to get the double servant thing again here, which just allows you to set 2 servants basically for screenshot taking. No real big deal with it. You can also choose which backgrounds you want to use. So if you wanted to bring back and use some of the old ones, you have them there. On JP, they gave out some Twitter gifts here, basically. I don't anticipate really much of anything in this regard. They may do something fun for social media on our end, but usually the NA side of things is not very tech-savvy in that regard. And then the Da Vinci Workshop also at this point gets Merlin's costume added back, so definitely another thing to look forward to. You only have to have cleared Fiyuki, and basically, if you've exchanged it before clearing Babylonia, once you clear it, it will be free. So again, anyone that's completed Babylonia and has this but had purchased it would get the rare prisms back. Anyone that hasn't completed Babylonia, it'll still cost until they complete it, and then it will be refunded to them. So definitely a nice thing that they're doing this with a lot of the obviously main interludes and costumes. So regardless, since we know there is a lotto looming, we have the Bespectacled Intellectuals event. Thankfully, this is a really simple event. There is no gimmick to it. It is literally just going to be do the nodes, get the materials for the shop, exchange them, and actually complete the shop. That's it. There's no point ladder, there's no missions, nothing like that. It's just a very straightforward, easy event, which thankfully most of our Chaldea Boys events are. You can see it is another 2-week event. Those are a dying breed at this point. You're not going to see too many more of them, as we will start to transition into 3-week events as we head forward. Also, a little bit of a PSA here as well. Do keep in mind that future events require completion of later Lost Belts, so you might want to make sure that in any of your dead time, you catch up on the story so that you don't get left behind in any way, shape, or form. Always a good idea to stay on top of that. This one, thankfully, only requiring Fiyuki, though, but you can see it says it contains story spoilers about Atlantis, and basically it's recommended that you do at least LB4. So from here, they end up basically having the main info here, and it's just going to talk about your event schedule and how everything's going to be kind of tiered. It's just going to kind of go day by day with new nodes unlocking, new free quests unlocking. So pretty much par for the course. Basically 6 days in, on the 7th day or whatever it is right here, you should get your final node, and then that should be pretty easy for you. Event mechanics, though, again, nothing much to talk about here. They just kind of show you here are what the materials are: the smart pen, the cool binder, and the intelligent paper. Basically, you're just going to equip Cs to get them to drop. That's going to be it. That's simple. Also, because the whole theme of the event is glasses, your master icon will have glasses while that's going on, which is pretty cool. And here you can actually see that you'll also have support units to use from the units that have the costume dresses. So the event here, because it's glasses centric, will be adding glasses to a bunch of characters. It is a costume. You do not have to equip it if you want, but certainly it is available. It will also give everybody that has one of these the costume owning trait if they didn't have it, which is nice for Miss Crane. And certainly each one of them obviously will have a nice pair of glasses if you want to use them. So regardless, you can kind of see your list here. You've got original Arjuna, you've got Nemo, you've got Ku Alter here. You end up having Enkidu, Incarna, Ken Merlin, and Paracelsus, Gawain, and guy that I can't think of that I just want to keep calling Virgil every time because he is literally Virgil. Saito, thank you. Basically Sanson and Nobukatsu here. Also Mordred, which is really nice because it's actually on her Trephis costume as well. And then Medusa, and then it just kind of repeats from there. So definitely a lot of units getting them, and units that should be on a rotational rate up as your support in PC should nobody else appear for you. Again, you're going to have quests to basically unlock the costume tickets here. You should get enough to unlock them all, so don't really worry about that. Just make sure you play through the event and do everything. Basically, you could use it to unlock the costume dresses for each one of these without spending any materials or QP. If you don't, however, convert them, it probably will cost. So keep that in mind. That's how it worked in other events. You still need to own the servants in the first place to unlock their costume dresses. What this means is you can acquire the costume, you just won't be able to actually utilize it. So they're not talking about actually acquiring it. They're talking about making the production of the costume itself free. That doesn't cost you any materials or anything like that, which is really, really nice. So you can acquire them all, and whether or not they are free to build is going to depend on these tickets. You still need to buy the unlock permit basically in the shop before you can use the ticket. So in other words, it's still going to take your currency for the event. But again, as long as you have the tickets, it won't cost anything. So obviously it's to your benefit to get all the tickets and use them all while you have them. Again, unlock tickets basically will have the time period duration of the actual event, and you'll have a little bit of an extra to like redeem them in effect because of the shop lasting longer. But yeah, you won't be able to unlock the dresses. To my knowledge, none of these costumes have come back yet. We have the Miss Crane shop on both NA and JP now, and I believe JP still does not have any of the bespectacled costumes. Again, they're just glasses, so it's not that big of a deal, but in some cases people might really want them for characters, so just make sure you don't miss out because at the current moment in time they have never returned. They do? Wait, did some of them come back? That may be my bad in that regard then, because I remember going through it a long time ago and going like, oh yeah, they had not. But as far as I know, they hadn't. But again, may want to double check on that one then. Still, either way, better to get it now than to have to wait a long period in time for them. You can see, definitely really nice, and obviously you get a full-blown costume dressed here for Arjuna Alter, his student council president one. And then basically all the other 13 servants are going to get bespectacled. So you can get the costume dress for Arjuna with and without glasses, which is kind of nice. And then you're going to have the various event bonus servants. These are, again, going to be all the people that are getting glasses, and then some other people as well. So, like I talked about, those are the people that are available for the 2x success rate. Definitely nice. Also, all male servants and the following sort of gender fluid or gender unknown servants are also going to have bonus. So every male gets a bonus in this for damage at least, and for bonding at least, not necessarily for damage. And then basically you have your CEs here, and we'll talk about them as we go on. But you're also going to have the Buddy Ring Silver, which is, you guys should remember, you got the Buddy Ring Gold from the Valentines event, that command code. So you're going to be getting its silver counterpart here. That just whenever you engrave it to a card, it will have 1 critical star and increases buff removal resistance by 10%. Honestly, not that great. Buff removal resistance is nice and all, but 10% might save you, but probably won't. So just is what it is. That's why usually we try to have 100% in that case, so that there is no chance of having your buff stripped. You're going to have the summoning campaign, which is going to be the return of Arjuna Alter. When this happened on JP, it was Arjuna Alter's first banner in 3.5 years. NA has thankfully had some Arjuna Alter, so it hasn't been as long. But certainly, if you really like Arjuna, he is still a very good unit. He can be made to 3-turn. He is not a Black Grail looper, though. Just keep that in mind. It's totally up to you as to whether or not you want to roll for him. I don't remember if I have a analysis out for him, but if I don't, I will do one for this. But regardless, again, everything that I've said about him in the past should still apply. He is still a very solid unit. Definitely, there is a lot of like circle jerking going around as to like who's top dog in the AoE Berserker category. It doesn't really matter. He's just an effective, capable, hard-hitting Buster AoE Berserker, and that's really all you need to know. He has the ability to apply his own niche, so it's fairly straightforward in terms of his damage being good. You gotta watch out and make sure that enemies aren't debuff immune or don't resist his debuffs. And then we've got Saito Hajime as well. Saito Hajime is a very solid single target arts 4-star saber. Certainly there are other options for this, including welfares that have happened in the past, things that you can look forward to with the Evocation Festival coming to NA eventually. So at the end of the day, you don't have to have Saito Hajime. Some people will probably point out that the first 90++ node that ever comes out basically in summer this year actually is a node that he can be used on quite effectively, and that is true, but he's not the only solution to that node. You do not have to have him for that, so it's totally up to you as to whether or not you wish to get him. And then again, the other servants that will appear on Raid Up, because the way to think about the White Day events is they are just the male version of the Valentine's events, so you're going to get a roster of a whole bunch of other units here, kind of as you can see. So each one will have their own banner for you to roll on. Every single one is a solo Raid Up, which is nice. Definitely one of the better banners post the pity change in that regard, as it's just changed everything from being split Raid Ups and having a hard time isolating it to now everything is a solo Raid Up, making it a lot easier to acquire. You can see, though, only the Arjuna Alter banner here is going to end up having the 4 stars on it, so just keep that in mind. And then each one is separated. And then we get to our CEs. So remember, you can pick one of these CEs on your own. Usually what people like to do, if you're trying to come at this from a free-to-play perspective, is you pick one of the 5-star CEs, and then you try to roll out your FP for the 3-star CEs. This usually covers you for most of the shop because you have a tendency to not need as much of the silver material, but it definitely depends on the event, and it certainly doesn't have to be this case. If you like one of the other CEs just because you like the design or you like the effects of the CE, by all means, feel free to go after a different choice rather than just going with the 5 stars. That being said, that is usually the conventional wisdom. Again, you can see here One Night's Dream has invincibility and NP gen, but it's split stats. Certainly not bad in a challenge environment, but again, I don't think it's going to be a C that you're going to want to necessarily level. Totally up to you. You do have Water Gun Battle here, though, as your other 5-star option, which is actually pretty darn decent. It is all attack scaling. It's one of the rare ignore defense CEs. So not invuln pierce, it ignores defense. And it's also going to increase Quicken Buster by 10% when MLB, 8% when not. So definitely a solid option for challenge scenarios, especially if you're going to find yourself carding quite a bit against an enemy that just really has a ton of defense buffs. Really going to be a nice CE to have in select circumstances. Detective Edmund here is going to be one of your 4 stars. It's all attack scaling, gives you a starting star bomb when entering the field, quick up and NP damage. Buddy Cop here is another 4-star. It's going to have sure hit, arts, and NP gen. Each one of these are decent in their own rights. It's going to come down to whether or not you like the art, like the CE here. NP overcharge 1 stage, 1 time, split stats. This one to me, probably not nearly as good as the other 2 options, but it really depends on, again, if you like the art. Chaldea Express here is your first 3-star. It's split stats. It's got NP gen of 1% per turn, arts up of 2%, and NP gen of 3%. Honestly, all in all, not that bad. Actually, pretty synergistic CE for a 3-star CE. And then Ultimate Harmony here is all attack scaling, quick arts, and stars per turn. Chaldea Delinquent Gang is all HP, arts, buster, and healing received. So a relatively rare effect there, but definitely not the best in that regard in terms of everything that all the other Cs that can give healing received. From here, we end up with Power Shot as our last one here. This one's all attack scaling with star absorption and NP damage. Not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Actually pretty synergistic as well, because those stars getting absorbed to you are maybe going to help you crit and maybe going to help you get back to an NP. So that is your summoning campaign here. You're also going to have a second part summoning campaign with Merlin. It'll actually be really nice. Again, not just because Merlin is a good solid unit still to this day. He's one of the best sustain units in the game. Still one of the best units at like keeping the party going, keeping them on the offensive, keeping them healed and topped up, giving them stars, protecting them. He's just a good all-round challenge support. But also because you're about to go into a lotto right after this event that has a record number of challenge quests, and it has over 31 different challenge quests, if I remember correctly. So, again, by all means, feel free to try and snag Merlin here. He may help you out in that. You certainly don't have to do all of those challenges, but there's some nice rewards, so it may be something you want to do. And having more healers is definitely recommended than having less for that, because some of those challenge quests have, well, a nasty little restriction that says that for a certain block of them that you cannot reuse a same unit over again. So having enough healing, having enough sustain to keep you going throughout all of them, going to be kind of difficult for certain accounts, particularly of the more free-to-play variety, so just watch out. Definitely something that I can warn you guys about. Again, there's a little bit of a crawl there, but we're not going to watch it. And basically the same Cs are going to be available on Merlin's banner if you guys do want to roll him. So that is all the event info right there. Now let's talk about the shop. You've got the smart pen. This is your gold material here. Again, you can see you're going to have a trade in for the permit for several of the costumes. Obviously, it's going to cost quite a bit here in order to get them all, and there are some requirements as well, like clearing certain acts of the story. From there, you're going to have a crystallized lore. You're going to end up having several hearts of the foreign god. Basically, going to end up having evil lamps here and infinity gears, as you will. Definitely some nice rewards there. You're also going to get a copy each of your 4-star foes, and then your gold monuments. One of the command code keys, and then absolutely do not buy the command code remover. It is not worth your time. Cool binder here is going to be your silver mat. It's going to also have a ton of costumes for you to buy. It's going to have your command code here, the 3-star one. And then it's also going to have scarabs, pages, and needles for your materials. It's going to end up having your silver monuments, and then 1 copy of the gold attack foe, as well as 1 command key. And then certainly do not get the command code remover either. Intelligent paper is going to be your bronze material. Even more costumes here. You're going to end up having octuplets, dust, and heroic proofs here as your 3 materials. You're going to end up having 1 copy of the HP 4-star foe, then your normal sets of foes, then your 5, 4, and 3-star stacks of embers, and then again another command code key and your remover, which I just again don't recommend you buy. That's it for the shop there. You're obviously going to have some nice stuff from the main quest. Let me see if I can quickly scroll on down here just to see. So yes, you will get a grail basically from winning everything in this. So for those of you guys that are more wanting more grails, good for you. Just keep in mind there are definitely going to be still grail casting going on, so make sure you guys are printing your 2 grails every single month. They're, basically free. I say free, but it's obviously going to cost servant coins. But for every single one you get, you've gotten it. If you don't do it, though, that's 2 grails per month, basically, that you're technically losing out on. So there's an opportunity cost there. So try to make sure you stay on top of it and print your grails every single month. Obviously, you're going to have some nice free quests. Let me see if I can find you guys the 90 plus ones here. Yes, this is going to be your 90 right here. At least I think it's the 90. It should be the 90. It's a 333 node of all casters. It's going to have meteor shards and stakes. Definitely nice. Then Act 7 here, your last day is going to open up your 90 plus node. This one's going to end up being basically a 212 Lancer node. And this one's going to have eggs and serpent jewels. Not as nice. Eggs certainly are pretty nice, but most people probably shouldn't need the serpent jewels, especially if they're more veteran players. Newer players, though, you might need them, as JP has definitely started lessening the amount of serpent jewels that they give out, so it's not nearly as common. But yeah, it should be relatively easy for a lot of you to get through that. Again, Lancers have been one of the most common 90 plus enemy types, so usually people have some sort of solution for this at some point. But yes, each one of these drops all 3 of the shop materials, so it's your choice as to whether or not to farm the 90 or the 90 plus. Again, completely up to you. 90 plus usually has slightly better rate. Once we start getting to 90 plus plus, that gets a little bit more even, but 90 plus usually has a little bit of an edge on 90. So just keep that in mind. There is potentially a little bit of a trade-off, but if you're someone that does roll and you have a lot of CEs, heck, maybe just go with the 90 and, kind of get your token clear the 90 plus and go after some of the more lucrative materials here. It's up to you. Again, it's not like eggs are bad either, so if you guys need eggs more, feel free to go after that. There was also a shell node that I just happened to notice as I scrolled by there. You are going to have a challenge quest. I'm not going to really go through it with you guys, but obviously there's a lot going on in it, and you will get a crystallized lore for that, so definitely really nice there. Keep in mind, though, if you're going to do the challenge quest, do it early, especially if you have to use seals on it, because you're going to want all of your seals for the lotto with the 31 challenge quests. Again, up to you. Some of them you're not going to be able to fully revive in, so keep that in mind. But hey, having your seals is better than not having them for a veritable challenge gauntlet that you'll be facing shortly thereafter. And then again, this was just the other segment that we already covered. So that's basically all of the info for the actual event. Again, let me know if you guys have any questions. Yes, we are working on a guide for the lotto. No, it is not ready yet, but hopefully soon, maybe even by the time we get this out. So again, let's look forward to that, but definitely enjoy your time with the rest of Valentine's Day, and definitely try to get prepared for the upcoming gauntlet that we're going to have. But hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys for the next video. Have a good one. Okay. I needed a drink during that. Ah. Removers might as well not exist anymore. Yeah, and the reason why I tell everyone not to buy them is this, chat. It's not that you might never need a remover. It's that usually you get given several of them for free over time, like unavoidably, like from a login bonus, from a like campaign mission reward. Like you get them, so there's no point in buying any of the others. Like it's not like you'll ever have 0 of them, other than when you first start out the game. You will never need as many as you'll have. Yeah. I can tell you guys I have maybe in like my entire history playing the game used like 5 of them. Like even when they actually did something. I've only ever used like 5. So it was not a big deal. By the way, did we ever get confirmation? Do they come back? Let me double check. I want to see if we ever have any of the costumes from it. Okay, so we have our Junas. Yeah, so it's looking like they do come back. So I just got to remember to put that in. Is that the quest for it? I don't know what that was. I'm still not paying for these, not until they make them free. I know some people really like the Sakura one for Parvati, but like I actually like Parvati's original outfit. By the Astolfo one? No. To be fair, I didn't have Astolfo until like last year on JP. And I don't go into the costume shop very often. Ugh. I won't get the soccer one because Parvati hasn't come in 3 years. Yeah, that happens, chat. It be what it be. Okay, so with that, we are going to transition because now we've done everything for FGO for the day. Like I said, there's really not a lot to do, so unless I'm recording an FGO right now, very straightforward. Also, chat, remember, you do have, like, very little time left to complete JP's event. Basically, the event ends tomorrow on JP. Also, I believe the live stream is on the 11th JP. I think it's, like, 2 a.m. on the 11th or something, 2:30. Trubs was talking to me about it. So it's, like, basically Saturday morning for most of us. Where am I? Ventus, thank you for the 58. Thonking, I'm a thonk you. How you been, bud? Where are you on the Conan page? Because I was playing Conan. Is that illegal? No problem, Katana. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Cat streams on YouTube now? Yes. have been for a couple months now. Okay. Chat. Now, we are going to continue, but I did some grinding off stream, so I'm gonna let you guys watch the cutscenes, and then I'm gonna load back to like my other game. Sega. Yes. Already on book 3? That's terrifying and sounds like you have a lot of time on your hands, Arch, but no, there's nothing bad about it. Movie time, essentially? Yes.
Pretty cool how we ended up here after going through a dump like District 5.
How can you be so chill? We nearly got chopped up by the Barracuda's boss with next to nothing to show for it. Only one who got any business
I
done.
want to say for Morgan, but I don't know if
me.
I should get him or not. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
but
good
ain't
question.
That worth it? A win for you's a win for the team. Speaking of, our team just.
I mean, he's
grew
at
by
least a
one.
healer.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, you got a funny definition of teamwork.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be? I helped you in the end, didn't I?
Yeah, and because of that, we're still breathing. You did us a solid there.
My pleasure. It's nice to meet someone so open-minded. I'd say Tommy here has his work cut out for him.
Damn it, Ichiban. You'll pal around with just about anyone, won't you?
Yeah, he's a pal slut.
She did risk her life to save ours, even if it didn't start out that way. Besides, if we want to find Akane-san, we'll need all the help we can get.
Sounds like you're in my corner then. Sure you won't ditch me the moment you find her?
I should hope not. Personally, I don't mind a loose cannon, as long as they're on my side.
I suppose I should take that as a compliment.
Ah, fine. I guess if anyone's guilty of anything, it's me. I even held a gun at Ichiban at one point.
See? Even backstabbers like us can come around.
Yeah, that said, it still doesn't mean I have to trust you or like you.
Why not? I like you, Tommy.
That's a lie.
Yeah, sure. You gotta be hiding something. And I'm gonna find out what. I can smell a secret from a mile away.
Oh, come on. The girl's gotta have at least one good secret. Or two.
Or 5.
Here.
Or
Oh,
20.
why don't we just start over?
Can't change jobs yet? No.
Okay. But I'll be watching. One slip up, and it's over.
Watch me all you want. It looks like mine. I'm used to it.
Wow.
Ooh, she got you good. How you like that burn, Tommy?
Yeah, screw you.
Guess that settles it.
From then on,
She's
that's where you just
You're
start
one of the
addressing her
gang.
while only looking at her
Good to have
tits.
you.
Good to be here.
She gave you permission.
Don't tell me I'm supposed to make a speech now. The name's Chitose Fujinomiya. There.
That jingle is just so unfitting.
Kasuga-san.
Hey, that reminds me, you can have this back. Sorry about before. Oh, the money was returned. Thanks. I nearly forgot all about that. Thanks, Chi-chan. Nah, it's nothing you gotta thank me for. Honestly, you're way too nice, Ichiban. Okay. We did achieve all that we set out to do. Be good to get a new plan going. Sure then. How about we go over everything we know so far? All right, but instead of standing around here, why don't we go somewhere we can relax a bit? Probably for the best. In that case, how about Revolve? I second that. We can lay low there, and we won't have to worry about anyone listening in.
Huh?
Revolve? Yeah, it's a bar over in Little Japan. We more or less use it as our hideout. I'm sure you'll like it too, Chi-chan. Huh, okay then. Sounds like we got our destination. Roger that. We're off to Revolve. What class does waifu have? She is an heiress. which is just like she basically does ballet. I also played some Sujimon. I still don't understand it, so there's that. Okay, so now we're gonna go load back to whatever the most recent one I had was. Should be this one. But am I a Sujimon master yet? No, but I can challenge one of the discrete 4. I didn't do any like big fights or anything. I just like leveled. Which I learned that this game has like just so much grindy stuff.
You were a little hellraiser back then. You ever get hurt real bad?
Oh, yeah, I was covered in scars. But it didn't matter if I was having fun.
I guess I was the same way. It would be fun to let loose and act a fool like I used to.
Those days have yet to be put behind you, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, right back at you. Let's just try not to die during our wild adventures, huh?
Agreed.
We're really opening up.
Oh, we got another
We're
bingo.
so close now.
Man's gonna hit his like bond cap well before. Okay. It looks like I actually have to head this direction anyway, so we're gonna basically go down this way. Ahi Poke Garden.
Hey. Hello.
Okay. Gotta make all the friends.
I might be a natural.
Oh boy, Esther. Yeah, the cool thing we discovered as well is that if... Wait, did you wave to me? You didn't wave to me, Anahuea. Is that if you encounter these, like, blue rank guys like this, chat, I just get to hit L2 and do a smackdown on them. Ichiban yells full power and then just basically one-taps them.
I can handle anything.
I assume the rent around here is pretty high.
Probably. Yeah. Now you got me curious. I'm gonna look it up. You ever see a nice home and wonder what it's like to live there?
Yeah, I guess so. It's nice to imagine stuff. Living it up in a place to call your own. I guess a guy can dream.
So, according to this, you'll need to shell out $2,500 a month.
That'd be somewhere over 300,000 yen? Damn, forget that.
Yeah, guess you'll have to keep dreaming.
Yeah. All right.
Anything about real estate? Yeah, it's definitely a rich girl hobby.
Gonna cry.
Okay, you asked for it.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh. Like, I could recruit this one, but I've already recruited him before, so we don't need to recruit him.
Hello.
William!
When the hotels and cars are big in Hawaii, everything's supersized.
Just wait till you try the fast food here. Order a medium and suddenly you've got an extra large. At least by Japanese standards.
Yeah, no kidding. If I lived here a few months, I'd go back home and be like, yo, what'd you do to the food? You use a shrink ray or something?
I bet you would. Too bad we can't shrink the travel time.
We're really opening up.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, let the conversation finish before I beat these guys to a pulp. Were you able to finish the crane game? Yeah. It just was awful, though. And you can see, like, I still get $15 from that. Like, it's still just the normal fight. You just get to, like, basically plow right through it since you easily dispatched everyone.
Should I open it?
Sweet.
Muscle booster. come back here once? Yeah, I think I did.
I need to slow down now.
Soda water. Chat, do any of you just drink soda water? Yeah, you're right. It's not. It's a smackdown. Seltzer? Yeah, it's basically seltzer water, like water with carbonation. It's weird because, like, I can't stand it. I drink soda all the time, but I can't
You're
stand
looking at
seltzer
everything
water.
we know about Akane-san. It took an entire organization to gather this. But all it really amounts to is a birth date and an address.
That doesn't sound right. Kiryu-san, I thought that agency was all 007, like with spies and stuff. Shouldn't they be able to write entire books on someone?
Yeah, what gives?
Could be she's harder to track as a member of the general public. Whereas if she kept a higher profile, there'd be no shortage of news coming in.
Ah, good point.
Chitose, it can be the tiniest detail. But if you know anything that's not on here, we need to know too.
Actually, one thing does come to mind.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
None of this says anything about her career.
Her career?
Yeah. Akane-san's the director of an orphanage. She's been there, like, forever.
No kidding. Well, Captain Sawashiro never mentioned anything like that. Maybe he didn't know either.
I
Maybe
haven't
it's
been
a
to the place
drug
in
smuggling
person,
operation.
But I do know where it is, if you're interested.
Or human trafficking.
You bet I'm interested. That orphanage might have the clues we need.
Agreed. Let's head over there.
Do you make diet tea and put it in the fridge? Yeah, like, I think I could drink it if as long as it had some flavor, but that's like why I basically can't drink it. It's like I like my water just normal, like just flat, right? Like getting late, so let's try the orphanage tomorrow. Still, it's a bit early to hit the hay. Could wander around a little. Tommy's drinking all by himself. Haven't really had much time to chat since we teamed up. Maybe I should go talk to him.
Yo, Tommy. Mind if I join you?
I was just hoping for a drinking partner.
Ah, then I'm your man. Whoa. Some days it really hits the spot.
You much of a drinker, usually?
Kinda. Except when I came to Hawaii. I got so wasted my clothes were stolen. Hard to claim I can hold my liquor after that.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What about you?
Yeah, but you were drugged.
I've cut back lately. A while ago, I was going way too hard. You know, trying to forget.
Oh, forget about Marie, you mean?
Yeah, more or less.
Tommy's old flame Marie, while he was in prison after the Barracudas framed him, she vanished.
Yeah, but, you know, hey, time heals all wounds is what they always say. Even being stripped bare-assed in public. You know, you'll laugh about it in a few years.
Personality chance. Yeah, let's change the subject. Honestly, that was nothing.
I've been through worse, honestly. But we won't get into how the family used to treat me.
Like, family?
Well, my boss's son was especially rough. He once got everyone calling me Ichi Bad Kasuga.
A veteran of hard knocks, I see. The Barracudas ruined way more lives than just mine.
I feel like
Marine,
Itchy
you know?
Balls Kasuga was
I mean,
worse,
that-
though.
Frame job scam was old hat by the time they got me. It's just hard to imagine anyone else took it at their happiest moment. You know, like I did. Girl I loved was having my kid. I would have given anything for one more day with her.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Don't be an idiot. Always thinking about it anyway. So the night that Marie and I first met,
Oh, you want to talk about this?
do you mind? Been a long time since I told this story. Let me get through this.
Well, I'm happy to listen, I guess, if you're okay.
Oh, I can't believe it was over a decade ago. Ugh, means I've been cabbing that long, too. Back then, I'd spend my nights at clubs, picking up girls, which, of course, went nowhere, usually.
Usually. But that word's doing some heavy lifting.
Do you want to hear my story or not?
Okay. Sorry.
One night, I hit on this girl with a boyfriend. I wouldn't normally do that, but I was dead drunk. And the boyfriend, is this massive pro wrestler looking lifter. And he dragged me to an alley and he kicked the shit out of me so bad I thought I might actually die.
That's the worst pickup story ever. Does Marie really show up in it?
She was a nurse.
Stop interrupting, I'll get there. So I'm lying in the alley, hurling out my guts. And then this woman finds me and cleans me up. Marie happened to be there that night with one of her coworkers. And we'd never seen one another before. But there she was, caring for a total stranger, staying in her nice clothes with my blood.
Wow, well, that's something special.
Yeah, probably the worst night of my life. Before she made it the best. Sure as hell I made a move on her. I mean, how could I let someone like that slip away?
Oh, right.
You know, it's funny. Now, I say it's the best night of my life. But down the road, it's what ends up ruining hers.
Wow, Tommy.
When we found out she was pregnant, she quit her job. 6 months later, I was in prison. All because a scumbag like me couldn't let her go. She could have had so much better.
Marie wouldn't see it that way, I'm sure.
I appreciate you saying so, but there's no way to find out.
Hey, Tommy, do you ever think about trying to locate her? You said she would visit you, right? In the beginning, at least?
Of course I tried looking for her. First thing I did. No luck. When I got back to our home, everything of hers was gone. Not a trace left behind. Don't follow me. Doesn't get much clearer. I left this amazing woman to suffer all on her own as she'd lost a child. Whatever the circumstances might have been. You can't go on with someone after that.
You know what? I'm a pretty bad judge of character.
Huh? Why you say that?
The first time we met, you pulled a gun on me, remember? If you asked me then, I'd have said you were nothing more than a petty crook.
Yeah, he is.
Listening to you, I think everybody's carrying something you can't see right away. Everybody out there.
I'd almost forgotten about sticking you up. Did I ever apologize to you for that?
It doesn't matter anymore.
No. Some things do matter.
Huh?
I am sorry for the way we met, Ichiban.
Well, you're forgiven. If you buy the next round.
Yeah,
Let
broke man.
bygones be. And just don't rob anybody else either.
I'll do my best.
So, his wife also said that she had a miscarriage, but she told him over the phone. I bet she didn't. I bet he has a kid out there. Okay, raising your bond with your friends will eventually trigger drink links. With these hearts to hearts, your allies can unlock powerful abilities such as tag team skills and combo attacks. Initiate drink links at hangouts like Revolve and check their progress via bonds and the pause menu. You can now use tag team cross slugger. Nice to mellow out with a drink once in a while. Hey, what are you doing tonight? It's getting late, and you look pretty drunk, so maybe sleep it off upstairs, yeah? You don't mind? Not at all. Like I said, you're free to make yourself at home.
Thanks.
Thanks, I owe you one. I don't know, like, any bar that lets you do this, but every single bar in the Yakuza series does. I don't know why my tongue gets so loose when we drink together. Oh well, guess that's not such a bad thing.
Aloha. Hey.
Hey, I'm alohaing you. Good sir.
Aloha.
Sir.
Hey. Hello. Hello.
Welcome. Hmm? Ha.
Wow.
Bartender might like some assorted cigarettes.
Welcome.
Hand-mixed fruit cup. Plus 400 HP to the party. Yeah? I'll make one of those. My god, why does it use so many supreme herbs? Looks like I need more seaweed for that. Pineapple? Should rest while we can. Never know what's in store for us. Actually, they have karaoke here. One song couldn't hurt. Hopefully something will turn up at the orphanage, yeah? $5 for a song? Alright, chat, you're costing me money. I want you all to know this. Okay, press, rapid press, and hold the sing.
Which song?
Which song, chat? I'm afraid to click on any of the Kiryu ones. Sounds so bad. Okay, okay, Bakami tight, cursed in English by Young Ye. Okay, so passionate backup or casual backup? Okay, here we go.
Lend me your ears.
I've been a fool. And you've been yes! You fell down. You got hurt chasing sweeter dreams.
You're killing it.
Never could hide the truth in your eyes. That's how I knew that smile was a lie. I love you is something you never say. Couldn't get it out, always just pulled away.
You're killing it.
So then why?
The fucking backup is so good.
Tell me why
Yes.
you could find the words
Ah, I missed it.
to say goodbye. I'm such a mess. I'm lost. I'm no good at this. I am in love. Still in love. Still in love with you. Hard as I try, can't even drink this pain away. Memories of you, twisting my view. I've been a fool.
When it actually follows the beat of the song, it's easier to do. Ba, 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 ba. Oh shit. I didn't realize I was supposed to rapid press. Did we hear this before? Yeah. Oh, wait, is that bad or is that good? Okay, so that's not bad. Jason? Oh, come on. You know that's gotta be like her account. Wait, he likes it every time I sing? That raised my intellect?
Guess it's my turn.
Okay, we're gonna go with Hell Stew.
Hope you brought tissues.
Oh no.
Stir hell's cauldron, hot pot party. Well, now you time. What's on the menu for tonight? Curry, hamburger, paella, banya chowder, or wait,
Oh no, this is faster. No. Why did I pick the fast song?
The demons are brewing up a hellish stew made of you, worthless humans cooked into a roux. Shitposters, hot takes, all you trolls.
Shit, missed it.
You little fish, you're all in tonight's main dish. Cabbage, onion stew, sea pork ribs. None of that will satiate the beasts. Drop your pound of flesh in the demon's blood. Let them feast. Your blood is redder than kimchi. Offer it the flat.
Oh, why is it so fast? I'm terrible at these, chat.
In the depths of your despair, the pot is dark deep in your nightmare. The demon boss, we're dining in hell, hard enough.
I hate it because it's like, I can't even watch what's going on the screen. I have to constantly sit there pressing the button.
Keep working on it.
99.8? What? Why are the scores so much more perfect for that one? Okay, that one raised my passion. So I guess it raises the stat for the song. Oh. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go with Chitose singing.
Get this party started.
Honolulu City Lights. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
The fact that he knew the what?
A getaway's not enough. A lonely weekend, it starts anew. If I could stay, I'd never leave. I never go back home again.
Just stay anyway.
This figure simply
Just stay
wasn't
anyway.
right to you. No, you couldn't even spare me a glance. It kills me to
would not be able to do karaoke with someone like Ichiban screaming at me.
Won't you look my way, 'cause there's no more time. The sun is finally setting, am I to just forget love and wave goodbye to all these memories? No more words, no, I won't get through to you, no matter how much I have to say. Just empty words you'll never know beneath the glow of Honolulu City.
I just love that he does the duh. I'm getting so much whiplash. I did much better with that one.
Woo! Karaoke rules!
Dude, these people are like fucking perfect though. Guess Ichiban thinks his sister's hot. I mean, I'm still guessing that it's his like sister, right? I may be completely wrong.
Guess it's my turn.
I believe I'm gonna make it through, and I won't run away. I'll show you paradise tonight. Not just one kiss, not two kisses, not one.
That doesn't even sound like Kiryu anymore. Hey, what's Bakadoro?
It's only me, a bitter dream. Playing
We already did Bakumitai. Alright, chat. I'm subjecting you to it. I've had to listen to it. Now you guys have to listen to it.
That's more like it. Ready to rock? Just let it all hang out.
Yeah, rock and roll, Aniki!
Works for me. Now listen up. It's judgment time.
We're starving dogs running the rail line. Just getting by on any scraps we can find. The hand that feeds means nothing to me. This tail don't wag for no one else. Yes, man has his day. That day is dead and gone.
We are bad boys. I can't. It always breaks my focus when he chips in with some shit comment like that.
Yes! We're breaking the law, breaking the world together. Throwing out all tenderness, we're breaking the rules. No cause, no choice, no going back to how it was. No slowing down because we'll keep our heads high. Our fist race till we die. We're living by our own judgment. You're killing it!
There's definitely like a moment where it gets going too fast and you have to do too many changes that I'm just like, I'm bad about it because I don't like look ahead and like see what's coming ahead of me. So it seems like 91 is like as high as I can get because I'm just bad. You think it's bad? Yeah, compared to the Japanese version, it's atrocious. But there we go. That's enough karaoke. We have a debuff called being 40. You're not wrong. Okay, let's heal. I still don't understand the point of that. You can also reminisce. Okay, I can hold up to 500. I thought I was getting close on that. Got a busy day tomorrow. It feels like every day for Ichiban is busy. They did totally take out Danny Trejo, so, like, it's been a busy day. Head out to the orphanage. Hopefully we'll get some info on Akane-san.
I'm all fired up.
Buy presents for your friends. So the whole point to this is I have been told that somewhere in this chapter you unlock the ability to change classes. So that's going to be our primary focus for the interim.
What? Any last words?
Ready to roll.
Full power!
Okay. Oh, there was a raid back here. Hold on, chat. We gotta do a raid. I gotta let you see what a Sujimon raid is like. Did we get Sujimon gotcha tickets?
Brace yourself.
Okay, you asked for it.
It's just a normal fight. That's all it
Okay,
is.
I'm up.
Oh, come on.
Don't get cocked on you. I've heard about.
Okay, it's a grapple. Oh my god, how did I miss both of those? Oh, Ichiban with a nice follow-up. Oh, that hit the other dude? Okay, $35 cash and a Sujimon. Unfortunately, we've already recruited this Sujimon, so I don't need him. I need the game to give me a different Sujimon that I don't have so that I can show you guys what it's like. Because as far as I can tell, there's no point in regathering Sujimon that you've already collected.
Let's see what you got.
Ready to roll.
Full power!
Not gonna lie, that Chitose move's kind of hot. Yeah. I like how I just kicked a bike and they all fell down. Something to eat? Nah, kid, you're getting some salmon onigiri. I can get you more shit. Okay. We waved at Mika-chan there. Who's the lady in the party? The lady is Chitose Fujinomiya. She is the lady that betrayed Ichiban earlier and left him naked. And then Ichiban was like, yeah, cool, I don't care, I just want to find my mom. And then she was like, wait, he doesn't care and want to get revenge on me? Okay, cool, he's a better option than siding with this literal drug kingpin. And so she didn't betray us, even though she was going to. Okay, so I don't think I have these guys yet.
Okay, I'm up.
Let's go.
Something wrong?
Here we go.
How did that not hit that guy? Okay. So that was another raid. So we should have the option to recruit him. Never had this one. Okay, so we'll try to recruit him, chat.
What the hell?
If you guys haven't seen this before, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the master ones. Thankfully, it just
go. It's a
maxes
little
out the
something from
sincerity
me.
when you use one of these.
Are you sure?
You just spam X.
Count me in.
And he accepted it. Oh, he's a hypnotizer.
We're in full swing.
Yeah, basically she faked like she was the maid. We're still not really sure what the hell she was because her story doesn't really add up. Oh, hold on, chat. Let me go over here and trigger this conversation. Let me also say hi to this dude. Hey, I waved at you.
What you looking at?
I'm looking at $15 is what I'm looking at. Give me your money. This is like Pound Mates? No, it's Sujimon. Completely different. Sujimon are like... Well, it's difficult to describe. It's not like anything else you've ever seen before. It's like a type of game where you have to like capture things. And then like once you have them, then you can like train them and use them to battle other things of the same type. But there's never been another game like it.
Cruising around Hawaii.
Well, people tend to reserve rides from hotels or catch one at a taxi port.
Run on home to mama.
Okay, you asked for it.
Yeah, it's not like it's like degenerate Pokemon or something.
Oh yeah, so let's finish up here. I don't see many taxis cruising around Hawaii.
Well, people tend to reserve rides from their hotels or catch one at a taxi port. Taxi drivers in Hawaii are generally a pretty friendly, good-natured bunch. Plus, they got the lowdown on all the best spots, so feel free to ask them for good advice.
You're awfully knowledgeable. Almost as if you're a pro driver yourself there, Tommy.
Hey, I'm a taxi driver to the bone. Just don't have a car.
All right.
Hey. I assume whenever you get like all of their shit, they're practically maxed out. Yeah, I mean, I am looking for a beating, but I want that cat food first.
You'll be seeing.
Okay, you asked for it.
And you guys are the beating. What is unfortunate is whenever you go into a battle, it looks like it replaces the other like people that are nearby. Digimon Gacha ticket. What are you? You're a rookie trainer. All right, chat. You guys get to see a Sujimon battle. Oh, I think I already beat her, so it looks like they do respawn. This is gonna be good? Yeah, for me, not for you.
Let's give it everything we got.
Wait, is Yokai Watch literally like that?
Up, meatheads.
Time for a Sujimon battle. All right, let's do this.
Okay, so we got
This is getting
fire.
exciting. I have to think carefully. I choose you.
Yeah, Majima, I choose you.
Down.
Okay.
Fight.
Want to see the good stuff?
Nicely done.
My units are kind of OP, chat, so these are really pushovers. It's going to take an enemy that's higher level than me to have a chance.
Time to shake things up.
You got my dad?
Wait, he lived?
Out of my way!
Well done, everybody.
Weird. That's a weird metapod? Yes. Everyone leveled. Sweet. Okay, crazy heal. See, chat? It's just like its own game that nobody else has ever done before. Oh, sweet, this respawn. Unfortunately, it was not a gacha ticket again. Yes, chat, there is a Sujimon gacha.
Hmm?
Oh my god, it's Matt Tropico. Can I get an autograph too? Me too.
Yes.
That's the guy who was playing the ukulele a while ago. Dang, a whole autograph session out of nowhere. Guess he's actually super popular. But despite all that fussing, he stays humble. I think I get why everyone likes him so much. Hey, over there. Isn't that the potato dude? What? Yeah, it is. Hey, where's the spuds? Did it taste good with the grass? Say something, tater tar. What are those kids going on about potatoes?
Oh, this is such a cute outfit. It's perfect for hula dancing.
You know how to hula?
On an entry level, yeah. See, dancing's one of my passions. I've done ballet, classical Japanese dance, and even hip-hop. You dance at all, Ichiban?
The most I can do is a few old festival or folk dances.
Huh. Don't think I've tried those. You should teach me sometime.
Sure, but it might not be all that cool to watch, you know?
That's okay. I'll just have fun seeing you demonstrate.
We're really opening up.
Okay. So that's on the bingo card, but it's not, unfortunately, enough to get anything. Okay, so we still gotta head this way. Well, you got in my way. I was gonna run past you, but if you want the beatdown, I will give you the beatdown. Okay. There's like literally no point in even reading the after credits for them.
We're in full.
Wait, yeah, isn't this the guy that has it? Don't you have my Hot Wheels? I have to buy these, chat. I have to customize my Segway.
Thank you very much. Aloha.
We're to sell equipment. Actually, I'm not going to sell equipment yet. There may be like a way to break it down later, so... Ooh. It's a light raid. Okay, I get gotcha tickets for this.
Ready to rumble. Okay, I'm up.
Oh, it's Chi. Okay.
Allow me.
Ready when you are.
Throw him out in the street.
Well,
It feels like there's way less cars whenever you're battling in the street nowadays.
This one's a doozy.
Okay. You already have him. Damn it. Move on. Common Suji gift.
What are you
we can't lose.
I'm not giving that guy all my energy drinks. Fuck that. The Regal Jack Resort Tower. According to Morikasa, this is Jack's home turf.
Yes.
Jack's their newest member. I heard he's some filthy rich day trader who bought his way up the Suji ladder. He uses all that money to poach rare and powerful Sujimon from around the world, and that's what got him in with the 4. We're just screwed then. I'm not fit to go up against some super buff Sujimon from Scandinavia or wherever. Nonsense. If Jack paid for his Sujimon, then there's no way he developed bonds of friendship with them. Not like our ragtag crew, right, Sensei? Huh? Bonds? Yeah, that's right. Friendship is what matters in Sujimon battling, not strength and ability.
Uh-huh.
So come on, let's show this guy you can't pay to win with some OP Sujimon. Real Sujimon battle for the love we have for our trainer. So remember, if we lose, it's all Kasuga-san's fault for not getting us to love him enough. Alright, jeez. Now let's go. We'll take out the discrete 4, starting with Jack, and then go all the way to Suji Land. Really hope he's joking about Suji Land. Anyways, I guess we'll head inside when we're ready. In we go. Figured Jack's gym would look more like a gym. Well, what do we have here? Are you Jack?
That's right.
Oh yes, but do address me by my full title. Jack, CEO, and member of the Discreet 4, obviously. You. I recognize you. You were with Professor Morikasa earlier. Yep, guilty as charged. Name's Yasuo. And I'm here to take you down, Jackie boy. No, not you, the other one. Him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Ichiban Kasuga, and Morikasa asked me to take down King and become a Sujimon master. I kind of forget why, but whatever. He's just doing it just so he doesn't, like, basically get the old man mad at him. To do that, I guess I've got to get through the Discreet 4, right? So, I challenge you. That cool? Oh, it's very cool. Only sadly, I'm quite the busy bee, so I haven't got time to take on just anyone. You both come. Come. These are 2 of my most precious underlings. Get through them first and we'll see if you're worthy of my time. Man, this is Professor Morikasa's new protege. You know what to do. Understood, sir. It's my job to make Mr. Jack's life easier. Sending you packing now is just another day's work. Let's do this, Kasuga-san. Sure, I guess we have to. Here goes nothing. Okay, he's average level 7. This isn't looking good already for me, but we'll try.
Let's give it everything we got. Don't let up. Time for a Sujimon battle. All right, let's do this.
Okay, so what do we got? We got double dark, triple dark.
Okay, now what? Oh, this is getting exciting. Yeah.
Okay, got rid of one of him already.
Here comes Punch City. Okay, now what? Time to shake things up. You gonna
Okay. Having the speed advantage is just like insta-win for so many of these.
Nicely done. Go for broke.
Okay, wiped out the entire front wave.
You're finished. Go down.
pulling Sayako here. Actually, what are her special attacks?
Fight!
Slobber wheel?
There.
I hate this.
Whoops.
God, it's so fucking hard to hit that shit.
You're gonna feel this one.
That was awesome. Well done, everybody.
Get boxer size, bitch. Okay, so even though he was higher level than me, I easily kicked all their asses. So that wasn't hard at all. As long as I heal between battles, this should be good. Damn it, forgive me, sir. Shameful display. Shameful display. This is why you always will be middle management. As ever, it falls to the corporate overlords to clean up the messes of the dregs. Let me show you how an executive battles. Oh, guess he's next. Performance review the hard way. Alright, so he's level 8 with me.
Let's give it everything we got.
We fought long and hard to get here.
Time for a suit.
Is that like a white sumo wrestler in the back? Is that Chris Farley? Okay, so this one's all light dudes with fire. Ice beats fire, so yep. Gonna keep exploiting that weakness.
Want to see the good stuff?
Majima just annihilating people. So we already took out his most of his front line. Ow.
You've got this. I choose you.
I have to think carefully.
Show me what you've got. Time to shake things up. Hope you're ready.
Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. I still get to go again. And Say Woo here is like really fucking fast.
Well done, everybody.
So there we go. Even though I messed that up. Tsuji Battler. Everybody levels up again. There's got to be a way to grind this, though. Because otherwise I don't see how you get, like, low-level Sujimon leveled up to catch back up. Both the Jack's underlings down, now I can challenge the man himself.
Hey.
Well, Jack, I beat your stooges. Gonna accept my challenge now, like you said? I'm a man of my word. My 3 ex-wives notwithstanding. Still, I'm experiencing this strange sensation, seeing you defeat my men. It's almost like shame. Sir, it was all our worthless Sujimon's fault. Stop your whimpering before I use you and your Sujimon to fuel my next private spacecraft. Sir. Now, Ichiban Kasuga was it. Let's end this quickly. You must know I've invested a considerable amount of money into my Sujimon collection. You and your, allies, as it were, can, you can't truly expect to stand up to me, can you? Don't you see what a mistake you're making? Hell no, I don't. You know I could take or leave a lot, this Sujimon master stuff, but humbling a rich asshole, I'm always down for that. People like you see the whole world as assets in your portfolio. You'll never understand the camaraderie of a team working together. Oh ho, this is darling. How did you know I have such a thinly veiled fetish for breaking the will of uppity pores? Wow, this guy has a lot of courage. He has a lot of courage to just openly hate the poor. That's why the Suji League is the ultimate rich man's sport. The endless naive urchins to humiliate. You don't want to know what I do as I rewatch the battle footage each night. Okay.
Excuse me?
This guy's such a creep. Screw this hoity-toity jerk. Let's kick his ass, Kasuga-san. Right on. God, even his teeth are yellow. Okay, he's level 9 as well. It's 6 on 6. Let's go.
You guys ready for this? It's all about the moolah, baby. All right, boys.
He definitely has better Sujimon.
Whoa! Put the kids to bed for this one, or wake them up and make them.
Okay, so he's triple light.
Look at the concentration on these freaks' faces. Out of my way!
Ooh, just barely.
You go like that? Yeah! Suji goes to sleep! Or goes to hell, one or the other. Considering a pinch hitter, maybe.
Ow. Actually, wait, that didn't hurt that much. What?
Both trainers are considering their options intently. The trainers reconsidering the lineup or their life choices. This one's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Hope you're ready.
Okay, now they don't counter anything I have on the field.
Can you feel that?
All they have is light and dark.
Holy shit! Get back to the drawing board, huh? What'll these wholesome creeps and perverts do next?
They wholesome creeps and perverts?
Oh, baby! Considering a pinch hitter, maybe.
Okay.
I'm gonna break your face.
Ow. But not ow. Actually, like, none of these guys hit hard.
What are these?
Let's do this.
Actually, scratch that. Never. Okay. Trust me, it's nightmarish.
Okay.
You asked for it. This will be the mark.
I can't
Cool
believe
whip.
what I'm seeing.
Oh my god, I still got my turn before them? What?
Look at the concentration on these freaks' faces. Back to the drawing board.
Game over.
Easy.
Unbelievable.
Wankage? Yeah, pretty much. He can jerk off to that now.
An absolutely incredible performance by the team. Costco wins the acclaim and is
Ooh, I got a
sitting
Japanese
on a
master
prison
ticket,
for
chat.
another day. Have a great
And a hotel badge. That's our win. Woohoo! We did it. Kasuga-san, kiss my ass, moneybags. With your fancy toupee and your bank account. Unbelievable. This is America. The poor don't overthrow the rich. You're supposed to worship me. Well, consider this a lesson in economics, fat cat. Back in the day, I had my own dojo. Then the property value went up, so I sold it. Then I burnt through all the cash except for some which I donated to a weird cult. And here I am. So as you see, I may be poor now, but at one point, I was a little less poor. And it all goes to show. Kasuga-san, what was I trying to say? How the hell should I know?
Damn it.
You know, we rich always laugh about you poor idiots on the golf course and in our secret underground death casinos. But I never knew just how stupid you really are. Stop whining, Jack. No, King and Ace and Queen, even Joker. What are you doing here? We heard Morikasa's new favorite issued you a challenge. Obviously, we came to cheer you on. However, lo and behold, it seems you've been defeated. You were never worthy of the discreet four. Soon the rabble will think all of us weak and tawdry as you. Who are these guys? They're the rest of the discreet four. Joker, Queen, Ace, they're all incredibly strong. Shut up. I'm not defeated. I underestimated him, that's all. King, you believe me, don't you? I'm too important to the four to fail. You'll bail me out, right? You have to.
No.
I'm afraid the committee's already rendered its decision. You're of no further use to them. You bastards, you can't do this. I'm one of you. I'm an elite. I'm sorry, Jack. The committee must never be questioned. To damn it all. You, trainer, what's your name? Ichiban Kasuga. I see. I'll remember that. So you are this Kasuga fellow whose name we've heard oft whispered of late. You'll find our gym along the beach. We shall await your arrival. Why are you talking in the royal we? Unlike this testosterone-dampened sanctum of avarice, ours is a lovely chamber, an ode to the female form in all its glory. Do not keep us waiting over long. Oh, I'll be there. I'll catch the next cab. Hell, I'll run. King, huh? She's hot, go bang her? Hey, listen. That's a face tat? Oh, you don't want a gigantic centipede, like, tattooed to your face? I thought that was like all the rage now. For once in your pathetic lives, we're winners. Taking down Jack in such a short amount of time is no joke. We've got something special going. Thanks, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, just keep in mind, Queen's strength is supposedly magnitudes higher than Jack's. If we don't put in the work, we're gonna lose. Don't be such a downer, Karaki. Positive state of mind, okay? Even if we lose, we'll just crawl back up and try again, right, Sensei? Oh, my queen. Bet your butt I'd crawl my way to her. All the better for her to step on me. I literally just found the picture of AP colorized right here. Can somebody take like a screen cap of this? Because like I need to show this to AP. Like I'm gonna give you guys like 15 more seconds. I need somebody to get this. Ugh. Sensei, are you even listening? What? Oh, yeah, that's right. Our bonds of friendship are what's important. We're doomed. Anyway, Queen may have given us the invite, but the Tsuji League rules mandate we reach a certain rank before we challenge her. Defeat them to increase your rank. Okay, bronze trainers. You must reach rank 20 to challenge Queen. You can find trainers by selecting raids and rivals from the Sujimon League menu. Inspired by your victories, your Sujimon's max level is now 20. I had a max level? From now on, you'll have better odds of triggering a bonus raid. The quality of items you receive from Suji spots will improve, and you can spar with the bronze-ranked opponents. Additionally, the Sujimon Stadium has opened its doors to you. Speak to the Sujigami PC shop employee to enter. Showcase of the Immortals. You can now challenge the Sujimon Stadium from the Sujigami PC shop in the Anaconda Shopping Center, featuring 3 different leagues. Challenge League, do your best against an unstoppable deluge of Sujimon. Survival League, intense series of battles with no time for resting. And Grand Leagues, take on fellow trainers to climb your way to the top. Visit the stadium whenever you like to test your Sujimon skills and cash in stadium points for a variety of prizes. Been a huge step forward today, but we still got a long way to go before we present ourselves to the queen. I find it really funny because like that offered like 3 different game modes, and I already feel like that's better designed than Game Freak. Like just that. Sometimes I forget that Sodachi's a Sujimon himself. Oh well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us with this queen. That real-time transition. You've unlocked the Sujimancer job. However, you'll need to progress the story before you can use it. God damn it! Sujimancy. Sujimancer is an exclusive job for Casca, which allows him to summon his Sujimon into actual combat. As a Sujimancer, use the equipment menu to set your preferred Sujimon. You can use 1 Sujimon of each type, and remember, the stronger your Sujimon, the stronger your skills will be.
Let's get serious.
On earning the badge, the committee has seen fit to offer you a modest reward, 10 of my fellow agents, for you to do with as you choose. Make good use of these agents. You'll find them quite beneficial in awaking your Sujimon at Suji spots. On behalf of the committee, we wish you nothing but the best of luck. I just want to see if there's other people I can fight in here. Oh, chat, we got gotcha. We got gotcha. Oh, there's a type gotcha now. There's a light gotcha banner going on. Okay, and then there's the Japan gotcha. And then there's the Kuwami gotcha, which I still don't have any for. We do at least have that, so let's... Actually, I have really good light ones, so let's work our way up through the basic. This is my summoning animation, chat. Unfortunately, I got all shitters. None of these dudes are 4-star. Okay. Oh, I didn't have that one. Hardy Fowler. Dream Sportsman.
Let's get stronger together.
Yeah, so only those 2 were new. Okay, maybe we go with the type gotcha. Is this another mineral? SMH. Yeah, they're fodder. Officer. It's clearly a dude, chat. Gains Chaser. Oh my god, how many of these did I get?
Nice. We're in this together.
Okay. Go back to the basic one. Oh, there we go. Finally a 4-star. That witch will haunt your nightmares? Good. Rebel Yeller. Oh. Blah Humbug.
Lucky day.
I just love how their summon animation is literally... It's literally them doing like getting out of jail. Another mineral. Dojo dumbass. There's no CE weapon gotcha? No, this isn't a MiHoYo game. They're not that scummy. The squirm worm.
Let's get stronger together.
Okay, at least I got some new ones from that. I'll just hold until I have 10. Let's do the Japan gotcha chat. Okay, so they're all 4 stars at least. Muna Nugget Messiah. Let's go. I got my cock. Von Scientist. Arminator.
Lucky day. All right, jackpot.
Perfect. And yeah, so that's it. But that is how the gacha system works. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like I'd be able to fight them again if I wanted. That's good to know, because that's what I was saying. Is like I'm not sure if I can continue to refight. You haven't reached Animal Crossing yet? Is that actually in the game? Is there actually Animal Crossing?
Let's get
Because at this point, I doubt nothing.
What's up, Ichiban?
Huh? Wait a sec.
So, you want me to beat this guy down?
Yes.
Sure, whatever. As long as I get to fight.
You were with those punks back in Yokohama. Trying to get a rise out of me on camera. What was your name again?
Asakura, the primetime MMA maestro. You telling me you've never seen my channel? I'm practically always trending.
Oh, it does ring a bell.
This game is just every game, yeah.
Asakura. I remember now. So, why's a busy guy like you out in Hawaii? On vacation?
As if. No, I came out here for you.
Me?
I'm
Okay.
stalking you.
What for?
Remember what we said? How next time's the real deal? Except there wasn't a next time after you vanished. And let me tell you, tracking you down's been a pain in the ass.
Hold on. You're telling me you flew halfway across the ocean for a rematch?
Ding, ding, ding. Ever since we threw down that day, I've been itching for another round. I want to go all out. No distractions, no holding back, no holds barred. It'll drive my viewers wild for sure. That reason enough for you? Now are you gonna face me or what?
You're persistent. Gotta give you credit for that. Guessing you won't take no for an answer?
Of course not. Now shut up and fight me, Ichiban!
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
This should be fun.
The battle is on!
Yeah! Poured out already, huh?
Oh, you're only level 12. I feel bad for you.
Cool.
I'm gonna beat you into that tree.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna beat you while you're down.
Win to be proud.
You wanna fight? Fight. Of course you'd be tougher than the last time. Satisfied now? Satisfied my ass.
What's up?
First we fought, I noticed something. Those other punks you were with, they were nowhere near your level, man. Unlike them, you actually know how to put up a fight. Yeah, I guess I do. If you know that already, then why keep wasting your time? Wasting my time? Yeah, going around picking fights for the camera. Is that all you want out of life? Or do you think hitting random people makes you strong? There's a lot more to it than that. Well, yeah, but maybe you haven't noticed, but it's what you protect that makes you strong. Whether it's your dream or the people around you. As for you, sure, you throw a mean punch, but if the only thing moving your fists is anger, you'll stay right where you are.
Hey.
So I'll ask you again, you satisfied where you're at, ass Kura? Nah, not really. Actually, I've been feeling pretty stuck. Last time I even put effort into a fight was, I don't know. After getting beat by you twice, I gotta say, I'm pretty pissed. At the same time, I'm pumped. You are, huh? Yeah. All I want to do now is get stronger, focus on my training, then hit you up for a rematch. Better stick with it, then. Even a punk with dedication is gonna have a hard time taking me down. I can see that. It's why I'm going back to the essentials. No more bullshitting around, wasting time like you said. Starting today, the weak Asakura you knew is no more. When you see me again, I'll be doing things legit. That way, I can take pride in what I do.
Oh.
That right?
Uh-huh.
Give me another round and I'll show you how serious I am. Maybe I have just been a punk this whole time, but I'll come back as the MMA maestro I said I was and give you a match worth fighting. Good. Then it's a deal. I'm sure we can both learn a thing or two from that match. Until then, don't let up.
See ya.
Haha, no doubt, Ichiban Kasuga. Asakura, the MMA maestro, huh? That guy's got a long way to go. But still, he's a force to be reckoned with. Fighting him could be good for the both of us. Better not underestimate him, though. He seems dead set on beating me. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm good. Like, I think I'm gonna out-level him. Learned merciless melee. Oh, I'm now friends with Koharu.
Hey, you! Go cry to your mom. Bring it on. Full power.
Get bonked. Yeah. We gotta go all the way over there. Thank God these guys are lower level than me now, so I can just go like bonk, 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 bonk. I don't have to like worry about them and can just like sit there shitting on them. Oh, it's a dog. They're looking at you like they want something. Well, I don't have dog food, so you're not getting anything.
Let me at him.
If I had dog food, though, I'd definitely give it to him. And sadly, you can't pet the dog. You can feed it, though. I need a new friend.
Get ready.
Ready to rumble. Okay, I'm up.
Here we go.
Paralyzed, come on.
Easy double kill.
What's the holdup?
Okay, good. That still got him. Oh, he died from the bleed. Let's go.
I'm a fast learner.
Oh, gee, thanks. I really needed that iron chunk. Oh, there was a safe right there. I'm been training and I'm stronger than ever. That was fast. Meet me at the warehouse behind the docks when you got time. I'll be waiting. Dude, like, how fucking fast did that man power grind? Like, what the shit? Okay, chat, I see there's a conversation ahead. We're gonna go ahead and end here so that we don't get trapped in that. Alrighty, but we'll be back and we're gonna continue on with the story because, like I said, I want to really unlock the ability to change classes. I think it's absolutely going to enhance the experience, which is, to me, one of the issues that the game has right now is the overall pacing and stuff. So, but yeah, we're gonna end it here. Let me see who all's on. I am seeing a Mr. Phaethon, so I'm gonna send you guys over his way. Or you can't just do 5 push-ups and fight again? Yeah, but it's like his mentality, man. That's the real thing. Thanks for the stream. Yes, no problem. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. Obviously we have media share night, but I don't know if I'll be ready to record another video. I'll have to double check on that. But again, thank you guys for being here. Go give Mr. Faye my love, and have a good one.